play him. I think now that he's out on
to play, but it's just
coach's decision.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
like, do we think without Aden we can get past Hofstra? If you think comfortably you can do that, maybe he suspends him for just one game, which is still a big suspension.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the chat, and it's moving way too fast today, so I apologize for not giving you a name, but somebody in the chat was like, one thing that concerns me is I would think Holloway's a big piece of next year's team. And how do you how do you deal with him in this situation so that he still feels good about coming back next year? If you want him back next year, I would assume they do.
Yeah, it's amazing that you got to be that delicate with these guys nowadays.
Yeah, but
you got a pound of weed on you, and if we suspend you, we don't want you transferring out.
Yeah, I mean, but
the athlete's got all the power.
Aden Holloway in the portal would have value. That guy's a good player.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting away from basketball. One final thought in basketball in a second, but I want to get this out here. The Americans win in the World Baseball Classic over the Dominican 2-1. The one run from the Dominican was a home run off of Paul Skeens. And the Americans had 2 home runs of their own. They will play Tuesday night against the winner of tonight's Italy and Venezuela game, 7 o'clock FS1. Auburn baseball, number 5 in the country, road sweep at Missouri, where did they ever start that one delayed game, Forrester? Missouri's lights weren't working or something?
They did. They had some technical issues. Had a hour and a half delay. Didn't change anything, and then wound up finishing the game as it was when they started the delay.
So with half darkness, or some lights missing.
They got out whatever light meters or whatever, and decided it met the threshold of the light needed to play.
A fair play. Alabama softball won the series against Arkansas, number 5 versus number 9, top 10 matchup. Alabama was 24-0 before they lost the middle game to Arkansas, came back and won it over the weekend. And then there is basketball. First appearances ever in the NCAA tournament, just 2 teams. Cal Baptist is in. Didn't know they existed.
I'd never heard of them until yesterday.
And Queens, we talked about them being in out of Charlotte. And this could be the last year of the Queens name. They are merging with Elon next year.
Did not know.
Not the programs, the actual universities. So obviously they'll have one program then. And they don't know what the name of the school will be, if it'll be Queens Elon, Elon Queens, or if they'll just take the Elon name. But it's not expected to take the Queens name. So this could be the one and only appearance ever for Queens.
Boy, they were a massive dog when I looked at the point spreads against Purdue.
It was so weird to see that was listed as one of those wins. Was it for Auburn?
Yeah, one of the wins versus teams in the tournament.
I thought it was. I thought it was. There's no way it was quad 1.
Oh no, it wasn't.
No.
But it wasn't.
There's a stat that teams in tournament.
Yeah, teams in tournament.
That's what it was.
That's the list it kept making because Auburn did. Of all the teams in discussion, they had the longest list of teams they'd beaten in the tournament. Obviously, playing in the SEC, Oklahoma's was pretty good too. Obviously, SMU's wasn't great, or it wouldn't be listed by people.
Yeah, the bad news, Queens, 24.5 point dog. Good news is they get Purdue. And we've seen Purdue in this spot before. Right?
Oh, wow. Purdue has, they have thrown up on their shoes sometimes in the NCAA tournament. Just having won the Big Ten, I don't know, man. This
doesn't seem like the time they'll do it.
No. And it feels like they've gotten over that hump now that Painter's taken them to a Final Four at least once.
Tomorrow night's the play-in starts.
Favorite Next Round gear all in one place, nextround.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt, you can look your best by shopping with us at nextround.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with nextround.store. Never miss anything from the Next Round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the Next Round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Play-in games tonight. We'll talk about games on the court. Coming up a little bit later on, double digits. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Teams that could actually win in the first round. We'll get into the Holloway stuff coming up here in just a second. We are in green, some forms of green all over the place. I took off a iconic Seattle Supersonic shirt to throw on a brighter green. Boy, this pops on the air.
Boy, it does. You've got the greenest of the greens. Lance and I
that is a polarizing next round shirt.
Some call it the worst next round shirt we ever did.
I've heard it called the best.
No, but again, it's polarizing. I had a couple of guys come up last week, and I tried to hand them a green one. They were like, no.
What,
and I like it. It's one of the
softest
softest shirts we've got, too. Yeah, they don't like the color.
Oh, well, I can't remember who told me. Somebody's got it and said it's the softest one we did. I thought it was the same as all our other ones, but I could be wrong.
It's the same as our original. Now, it does run a size smaller than our original, but this is a large. I should have gone XL, but this is the same material as our original.
Okay.
The original next round T-shirt.
Gotcha. You can get those nextround.store.
I never had this green one before until I walked in there and Hofstra had it on, and I wanted to be like Scott today. We got our own energy drink, our Body Armor commercial coming out soon. Be like Scott. And I saw one on there, and I said, I'll dump my Supersonic T-shirt and throw this on today. Maggie Dunaway has one, though. She loves it.
She's got that one?
Yeah.
I think Jennifer has that.
She occasionally sleeps in it,
Oh.
which when the lights are out, it glows in the dark.
You can't go to sleep. It's your night light. It is a bright green.
It is a bright green.
Lance and I went very military green.
Yeah, very olive.
Yeah, I look like I just
I do have
enlisted. Oh, look at those.
Yeah.
Look at those green shoes.
That's the kind of shoes you wear for Kegs and Eggs, which is going on right now. They're in hour 3 of Kegs and Eggs down at Innisfree.
What must that be like?
Our college football countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Innisfree. 165 days until college football, but we are 3 hours into almost 24 hours of Kegs and Eggs for the 23rd straight years down at Innisfree, Lakeview. The doors are open. Bagpipes are playing. Drinks are flowing. Live bands are going. DJs are DJing. And shamrocks are rocking all the way until the wee hours of the morning. They'll go past St. Patrick's Day into the wee hours of the morning down at Innisfree, Lakeview. I've been there. LT, of the 23, how many of you do you think you've gone to? I'm going to put the over-under at 15.5, Brown. You going over-under?
I'll take under and here's, I don't know because it goes all day. I was going to say he's not going to go that early.
Well, he's been there at the beginning before.
There are some days where, and it's been weekends, 23, I'll take slightly under 15. I'm going to say 13.
I was going to set the over-under myself for 10.5. I would lean between 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
I probably haven't been, and I mean, there were 4 or 5 times we did shows from down there.
Yeah, we've done shows from Kegs.
Yeah,
that counts.
Probably,
That counts.
Yeah,
100%
probably
counts.
10, 11 times. Do you think anybody has blacked out yet? You think anybody has puked? Do you think anybody shit themselves?
Yes. Keep going. It remains one of the more fun road shows we've done. Now, I had to take a shower 3 times to get the smell of smoke off me.
Go see our latest
go see our
Mystery
latest
Fifth Hour, brought to you by our fine friends up at
McCurry Van and Car Rental.
yeah.
That Mystery Fifth Hour where we tell some stories from Innisfree and other places. That was a fun show. I remember that.
Love Innisfree. Hope you guys are having a great one, and pull a green Bud Light for us, and we'll enjoy that as we enjoy the show today. All right, let's get into the Aden Holloway thing. Aden Holloway and the update on everything with Alabama basketball, brought to you by our friends at Crane U today. LT, get us going with Crane U.
Our friends at Crane U, best in the business. Scott, Nicole, all the fine folks there. Very important when you talk to one of the fine folks at Crane U, mention the next round. You're going to get 10% off all the great services. Get the Crane training you need today if you're looking for a new career, further training to advance your current one. Our friends at Crane U offer the comprehensive, state-of-the-art, fully stocked training facilities for your mobile cranes, overhead lifts, forklift training. If you want to use your own equipment, the team at Crane U will come to you. On-site, on-location training offered nationwide. Classes are available monthly, so call or visit our friends at Crane U, 855-CRANE-U. Visit them online, craneu.com. Make your job easier, job site safer. Crane U also offers a certification and safety inspections to ensure the safest environment possible.
Okay, it just got worse as the day went on for Aden Holloway and for Alabama fans. Aden Holloway personally, Alabama fans who are hoping to make a deeper run in the NCAA tournament. Before we update on everything that happened, Aden Holloway, the basketball player, 6'1" guard, so really 6 foot. And he's the folks at, is it Evan Maya?
Yep.
EvanMaya.com. He did the metrics. Alabama is 9.7 points per possession better on offense when Aden Holloway is on the floor. Is that good?
That's good.
It sounds like it, yeah.
9.7 points per possession better on offense when Holloway is on the floor, and that number went up in SEC games. It's a higher number in SEC games. That's for the year, 9.7. Up higher when he's playing light competition. That's a big loss.
That's a big loss. And, outside of LeBaron and Philon, I mean, this guy is your offensive go-to. What I don't get, and I was thinking about this yesterday, and I'm just guessing. I don't know any numbers. I'm guessing he's making $600,000 to $700,000.
We were discussing that before the show.
The floor is got to be $500,000.
I would say the floor $500,000. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be over $500,000. And what you're getting to is the question I was asking people last night. I was like, and again, you're innocent until you're proven guilty, and all of those disclaimers there. But if he is dealing with what he's being charged with and all of that, what's the profit margin?
It doesn't make any financial sense at all. Okay, so
like
you
how
guys
much weed would you have to move?
But you agree $600,000 to $700,000 is probably what he's making.
Yeah, it's over 500. It's got to be.
He was a pound of weed was confiscated, right? If it was 5 pounds, they would have said 5 pounds. It was 1 pound.
Right.
1 pound street value, approximately $3,000 in Alabama.
That's all?
Yeah, $3,000.
Well, I would have guessed more
a
than
lot
that.
cheaper in legal states. So dime bags are $10 a bag. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. My feeling is the more you think about this, is it was probably just personal use. He just had a lot of it. Like, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I mean, look, it's pretty easy to get weed, but, to get a pound of weed, probably not the easiest thing. So it's probably better for him to buy in bulk, and he probably had it, and he's probably smoking it himself.
Yeah.
There's no way he's dealing. I find it really hard to believe because financially it doesn't make any sense at all.
It does not make sense. Now, a lot of people would point out if he was dealing, they would have tacked on another charge, intent to distribute.
Let me ask you this, though, okay? When you see task force, though, okay?
Yep.
This wasn't campus police. This wasn't, Tuscaloosa County. Like, the word task force was used, which to me,
I can give you some insight here because
task force to me sounds like that's an operation.
Well, I had
what I mean?
I had some friends, and this is back in the early 90s, and believe it or not, I did not smoke weed back then. I just picked up weed in 2020 with the pandemic just to sleep a little bit. But back in the day, I had some friends that would get busted, and it was a cycle. And here's the way it would work. You would get a guy that maybe had a pound and he was dealing out. Well, he would get nabbed, and then they would get him to narc on somebody else. And Tuscaloosa's always had this task force. And I remember it was really bad. About 10 years ago, there was a massive bust. But the way they do is they just get guys to continue to flip on another guy over and over again. So it sounds a little more extravagant than it probably is.
And I asked, I talked to several attorneys, including our friend Tommy Spina, who gave me some insight on this. But I talked to several other attorneys asking that question, like, okay,
how does this work?
You point out a pound. Why is a pound significant if you don't do intent to distribute? And every lawyer I talked to said the thing that stands out in this story is there was a search warrant executed, which means this was not just some random, they just showed up, knocked on the door, and do I smell weed in here, sir? I mean, this was a orchestrated event.
Help me out with this. Holloway was pulled over a week ago, right?
That's the reports. I don't know who first reported this, but I think Ryan Phillips, who works locally in Tuscaloosa, the Tuscaloosa Patch. Ryan does a really good job with stuff in Tuscaloosa. I think he first reported that, but it has now been reported through sources that he was pulled over by University Police, not Tuscaloosa. Important distinction there, UPD.
Big on the message boards last week.
Yeah, UAPD, and he had a little weed on him, and he just was issued a citation.
Yeah, well, I mean, because it's the University Police, maybe a little different. I was just going to say, it seems like he's been being under surveillance for a little bit. If he's getting pulled over there, maybe they bust him there.
I don't know how much UAPD and Tuscaloosa PD cooperate on stuff like that. If Tuscaloosa had pulled him over, it seems more likely that would be the case. But when it's UAPD, and maybe they cooperate a ton. I really don't know, Jim. I don't know if anybody at Alabama Police picks up the phone and calls Tuscaloosa City or Tuscaloosa County and say, hey, by the way, who we pulled over today had a little weed on him. Y'all may want to go, Even still, to do a raid, you've got – I don't know that – I know you joke about me being the legal analyst on the show. I don't know that pulling a guy over a little weed in his car is enough to get a warrant to go raid his house or apartment or whatever it is dwelling.
I wouldn't think.
I would think you have to have more than that.
Yeah, not in my country.
But if I get pulled over and I get a citation, then I'm probably going to be a little bit more aware of the weed that I've got in my house.
Correct.
And I'm probably going to be like, whoever my best friend is, hey, man, can I put this at your place for a little bit?
But let me quickly go back to why, people would say, well, there's no intent to distribute. And that was the question I asked yesterday. Is like, why point out that it's a pound if you don't also tack on intent to distribute? And one of the answers I got was in cases like this, and not saying this is what happened in the Holloway case, okay? I'm not saying, I want to be clear about this, I'm not saying that's what happened here. But talking to several criminal defense attorneys, they say in cases like this, what Lance said happens. Guy gets popped for weed. Where'd you get it, son? You want to get out of this? Tell me where you got it. Well, I got it at this place. Okay. Well, we can make this go away, but you're going to have to help us make it go away. And the way you help us make it go away is we're going to send you in and let you buy a little bit. And that way we know you're telling us the truth. And if you do that, it's going to go away. So kid gets taken to the spot. They pat him down. They make sure nothing's on him. They give him the cash. They say, no, you come out with the weed and you're free. He comes out with the weed. They go to the judge. Judge, we sent this kid in with money. We patted him down first. Didn't have weed on him. We watch him go in the apartment. He comes out of the apartment, house, whatever. He's got the weed on him. He doesn't have the money we gave him. Judge says, okay, here's the warrant. Now you go do the raid. The reason a lot of times in those situations, the reason a lot of times I am told that intent to distribute doesn't get tacked on is because then the informant has to testify sometimes. And that creates a whole new set of issues. So a lot of times they'll just do the arrest when you get a pound, 2 pounds, whatever. The judge knows what's going on, right?
I remember there were so many people that got labeled with the snitch because it was happening so much. But again, this just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm sure he likes his weed. A pound of weed is a lot to have for personal use, but there is no way he is dealing.
For those that don't know, how long would it take for one person?
It's 1,000 joints.
It's 1,000 joints.
So if you smoke 3 a day, I mean, that's...
Okay, what's 6 a day?
I mean, if you smoke 3 a day, that's
asking for a friend.
That's a year of weed, and I just don't think it holds good for that long.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of puzzling things about this.
Yeah.
The most puzzling thing is you telling me a pound's only $3,000 street value. I would have guessed much more than that. But, a pound of sugar, I can't envision what that looks like. I can't even envision what a pound of weed looks like.
I told you, it's
about like
sack
that.
Full, yeah.
That's a lot of weed.
Yeah, a pound of sugar is that thing you buy in the grocery store, about like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I was also told by a lot of these attorneys as well that Tuscaloosa, because it's a college town, has a very active, what's the word I'm looking for?
Task force?
No, not deferment. What is the word I'm looking for?
Where they let you plea down?
Yeah, where you can plead down because it's a college town and you got a lot of college kids making stupid mistakes and they understand that. Diversion. That's what diversionary programs. And initially, before some of the other details came out, I was told, hey, Tuscaloosa's got a pretty active diversionary program if it's his first issue.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought was this will be a misdemeanor.
Well, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't heard the comments. I know we're going to get to them with Nate Oats. I guess we've got those right.
Yeah, we got them in graphic form.
Okay.
Not off of Hey Coach
last
last
night.
We're about to get to them, yeah.
was he specifically said he's not we're prepared to play without him this weekend, right?
Yeah. Let's run through that.
Okay.
Brought to you by our friend Alexander Shinara, trial attorney.
Hey!
Billions won Alexander Shinara, trial attorney.
Yeah, we got some fun news coming up from our guy, Alexander Shinara, about the NCAA tournament. A couple ways we're going to give you to win with the NCAA tournament on this show.
It was the best thing we did last year. I
agree.
mean, I absolutely loved what was it called?
Shinara Showdown.
The Shinara Showdown.
Yep.
Because you're in it every day.
That's right.
You're in it every day, and you're playing a big game every day. So we'll have more details on that tomorrow.
Like bracket contest, and we're going to show you where you can play the bracket contest as well. Don't worry, you got a chance to win there too. But the Shinara Showdown bracket contest, you have a bad first day, you're out of it. Shinara Showdown, you got a chance every day. So we're giving you multiple ways to win this March. All right, Alexander Shinara, trial attorneys, national firm, Southern Roots. They are headquartered in Birmingham, more than 25 years. They've grown to more than 150 lawyers, supported by more than 500 dedicated team members. And they've recovered more than $2 billion, maintaining Alexander's core values: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. When you find yourself in need of an attorney for any reason, Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys, you don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shinara.com, Shinara.com.
First, the school, the university. The university has to protect all students, and I think it's automatic. If you're charged with a felony, you're taken off campus. You're under suspension. And Alabama put out this statement yesterday. The university is aware of the allegations and is working to gather more information. The student has been removed from campus pending further investigation by the UA Office of Student Conduct. So I think that's protocol. Like anybody, no matter what the felony charge is, you would get that statement from the university. Removed from campus was what everybody saw during the day. Well, then head coach last night, Nate Oats, gets on there, and he gets asked about the basketball side of this. And he's disappointed, but we still love him. But we've got standards in our programs. We've got ways we've held our guys accountable, says Nate Oats. Quote, "We try to keep everything in-house. Obviously, some of the situations you can't. This is one of those. It's a little different. We found out what was going on this morning. I found out this morning. I guess it all went down this morning. We had to suspend him pending the investigation by the UA Office of Student Conduct." So that's the university who did that. "We're disappointed in his behavior." And then Nate says this: "With that said, we still love him. He's still our guy. We're going to get him the help that he needs. We're preparing to play without him this weekend," end quote. You had a thought about that?
I mean, this weekend is this weekend. If he said, "Hey, we're preparing to play this tournament, to go on this tournament run without him," I think it's a little bit different. I think it is like a day-by-day, probably, let's investigate this. Let's see what we can do. Let's see, where this thing's heading.
The field of 68 guys, and Jeff Goodman and those guys and Nate have a great relationship. They write, the Tide probably won't have him this week and possibly beyond, is the way they word it.
Do you guys know, and this is an important fact, is Bama on spring break right now? Do you know?
They are this week, I believe.
This week is spring break. That's an important detail because this whole suspended from school, there'll have to be a hearing, and I don't know that you can pull that off during spring break. That could be an issue there. That's going to slow all this. See, because you got two sides of this. You've got the legal side and the school side, right? So as I understand the process, as I understand it, he gets a hearing
in front of the student council.
In front of the student council, the same ones that suspended him from campus. He gets the hearing. And the way I understand it is, even if there's a negative result, he gets an appeal as well. I don't imagine that, as most things on a college campus, being a highly expedited process, but with him it might be. But if you're on spring break, that is a complication.
But if spring break is this week, you can have.
You could.
You can roll right into Monday and have something for.
First thing we do Monday.
I am going to predict that if they make it to the second weekend, he will play.
Brian makes it sound like the student council president's getting awakened in Cancun.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to fly back. University planes on the tarmac.
Sure there's a lot of phone calls to whoever is going to be involved in that meeting, if in fact they have that meeting.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it probably is already set up for next Monday, if in fact they are out of school. I have got a prediction that I think if they make it through this weekend, which I think they will, I think he will be back with the team.
Yeah,
I think there's too much money involved. You said basement probably $500,000 he's making this year. The way he played this year, he's going to make $1 million plus next year. They'll figure this out behind the scenes.
I did point that out yesterday on social media, and I think we discussed it on the show. You know, how you handle this, Nate Oats and them, is Aden Holloway's part of. I mean, he's a big part of the plan next year for Alabama because Philon not back, Houston Millett not back, Latrell Wrightsell not back. I mean, that's NBA, no eligibility.
Oh, if Amari Allen's gone to the NBA,
I think Amari Allen will be back, but I understand.
Well, yeah, but I was going to say, so like if I'm Nate Oats, Amari Allen's probably the most important piece coming back, but Holloway would be number 2. If Amari Allen's not coming back, Holloway is going to be, it doesn't matter. He's going to be a 7-figure guy next year. So I think that they will get this figured out, personal opinion, but there's a lot of people. I host that Calcutta every year.
Yeah.
And last night when we got into the 4 seeds, Alabama, which normally, you have a couple of people drinking, we go from 16 down. So it's towards the end of the night. By that time, people are excited about their favorite team. There was no appetite for Alabama. All the 4s went for more money than Alabama, and people believe that Alabama, without Aden Holloway, cannot make a run in this tournament. I don't believe that. I think he's important, but if you're going to lose somebody, you wanted to lose one of those guards.
Yeah, lose a guard. Don't lose Aiden Sherrill.
You did, but Holloway has become great ball handler, great distributor, and when things have stalled, he's the guy that's been able to shoot them out. He's been the most consistent three-point shooter.
I think Wrightsell can step it up. Look, was not good Friday night.
But he needs to have a big tournament.
Yeah. No, he's good. He's good. He's better defensively if he has to play more.
He's going to have to play more.
Yeah, him and Millett both.
That's going to help. But Amari Allen, Nate said last night, Amari Allen's going to play more guard. He's not going to play the power forward. He's going to play more on the perimeter.
Well, I think that's good for him. I mean, Amari Allen at the next level.
This may get him to the NBA.
Yeah, this is his NBA position.
And that could be, I think Alabama fans would take the trade-off if Alabama has a deep run and they end up in Indianapolis and Amari Allen is, one of the major pieces for that, then that makes a lot of sense. The NBA would be like, that's where we project him anyway.
Yeah, all of a sudden, NBA guys are like, well, wait a minute. Get this guy in the position we're going to play him in. Now look at him.
I mean, has this changed you guys? I know I brought him up yesterday. Peter Schrager, I was watching him this morning. He's like, because they had Sean Farnham on, and Sean Farnham, who is one of their basketball analysts, was like, this is going to affect Alabama. Like, if you've got time to change your bracket, because I said yesterday that Schrager put them in the Final Four. I still think they make it out of this weekend. Do you guys not?
I had Alabama losing to Michigan with Aden Holloway. I've got Alabama losing to Michigan without Aden Holloway. I don't think it impacts Alabama's run in this tournament. As far as distance,
let's not forget that JT Toppin is a better player than Aden Holloway, and he's going to be out if the favorites advance.
Yeah, so I've got Alabama in the same exact place with or without Holloway.
What I would have Holloway in Vegas as far as point spreads, what he would factor in, probably a point or a point and a half. That's probably where I would put him.
Well, it dropped. The last I checked, I don't know where the point spread sits now. Last I checked last night, it had dropped all the way to 11.5, and at one point it was 14.5. So
I've seen 12.5. It's 11.5 right now.
That's a pretty significant drop on one player.
It is,
which probably means that's great
Texas
value.
Tech is not a give me. I mean, they're a good defensive team, physical team. They can do things that.
That's if you think they beat Akron.
I said yesterday, I think Alabama's probably a 1-point favorite over Texas Tech when Holloway was playing. It's probably flipped now. Texas Tech's probably a 1.5-point favorite.
Yeah. Aden Holloway, we'll see what happens next. Nate Oats going into another tournament, dealing with headlines off the court. Last time, that team with all the stuff that went on around Brandon Miller, who was played all the way through all those the incident that happened, the shooting that happened down on the Strip, that he was fringely a part of and never charged with anything, never missed any playing time, but that had to be a distraction for that team.
He had a terrible tournament. Brandon Miller did. He probably played his worst overall basketball in a crimson uniform,
especially
in that tournament.
That night against San Diego State.
Well, they were all bad against San Diego State, but he was the best player on that team. And, I mean, it definitely impacted that Alabama team. That was Nate Oats' best team, obviously the overall number one, but Brandon Miller was not himself in that tournament.
Well, I tell you, Holloway, I don't know if he can come back to Alabama if they lose to Hofstra.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
No,
you
you're
think
right.
about it, he's going to get the entire blame if they lost to Hofstra.
Well, let me ask you a question after we tell you about our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Greg from Pell City. He and his wife, Andrea, they do a lot of great work. They are local folks, which I tell you all the time, when storms happen, there are a lot of people that just come to your neighborhood, knock on the door, and try to help you clean up after a storm. Have Greg from Pell City, his wife, Andrea. You see their smiling faces on that picture if you're watching us. Have their number on standby, or just remember stormrestorationroofing.com. Here's Greg's cell number, 205-542-3531. They've got financing options. They work great with your insurance providers. I mean, actually, you call him up before you call your insurance provider. He'll help walk you through that whole process. He gives you a free no-cost roof inspection. He's got a soft wash program that'll make your roof look better if you're about to sell it, or if you're keeping it and just want it to look better. Take away the staining that you get in the summer down here. You don't even have to be under trees to have a stained roof because of the sun. They do so much, and it's just great work. 205-542-3531, 542-3531. It's Greg from Pell City. Go ahead.
Can I add one more thing on the Holloway situation before we go? Because this actually came up in the chat, and I meant to mention this earlier. Micah says that the Patch article says per Aden Holloway's bond, he cannot leave the state of Alabama. And that is true. That is something Tommy Spina explained to me. This was before a lot of the details had come out the first time I talked to Tommy, and he was like, Ryan, one of my concerns, he goes, it's a very small concern. He said, but anytime that you bail out, you can't leave the state of Alabama. It's part of your bond agreement.
Don't think he's a flight risk.
Well,
but I mean,
and that's what Tommy said.
But that is, I mean, well, I don't think there's any way around that.
Well, there is, actually. Tommy was like, now, again.
He doesn't have to play with an ankle bracelet.
Well, Tommy did joke about that. He's like, you could put him in an ankle bracelet. He said he's anything but a flight risk. He's going to be on national TV, every time they play a game. So the judge is going to know where he is. He said, but because Tuscaloosa is a college town, they are very, very lenient with that, because kids get in trouble. They post bond, but they got to go back home for Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever. So because it's a college town, he said they're pretty lenient. He goes, he's anything but a flight risk. He goes, I don't think that would be a huge issue, but it would be something.
They would have to go to the court.
They'd have to go to the judge.
Well,
he said a lot of times it's actually taken care of in the initial hearing, that you post bond and they go ahead and rule that he can leave the state. He goes, I don't know if it happened in that hearing or not.
You're the defense attorney for Aden Holloway, can you pick your judge or at least lean that way? And I know this sounds like a joke.
You're talking about Judge Roberts.
But I'm talking about going to Judge Roberts.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think you get to pick them. But,
I mean, how aggressive are you when you're doing that bond hearing? We needed okayed for him to go to Tampa, Chicago. What about Indianapolis? No, just get us to Chicago.
We'll come back to you on that one.
We'll come back. We'll get to Indianapolis.
Weed is legal in Chicago.
Yeah. That's where the discussion around the country.
Oh, and it should be. I mean, this is absolutely like
that's where it becomes.
I mean,
it really can become a recruiting situation if you're one of those coaches that want to recruit that way.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel. I know the drinking age is 21, but if you're a 19-year-old freshman and I'm at a tailgate and you've got a college kid that is drinking a beer, it's not a big deal.
Oh, listen. My kids they're not drinkers, or they weren't before they were of age. And, but the number of college kids I know that had IDs when they enrolled as a freshman, the fake IDs, it's like it's a business somewhere. I don't know who does it, but they do a great job too. I look at every one of them.
Well, I tell you who can spot them is the Floribama. I've seen their room full of fake IDs.
I'm just saying, look, laws are there for a reason. I get it, but there are certain things like this is not meth. This is weed. It's legalized in I don't know how many states now. I would say more than half.
No, I think it's 38.
Sounds right.
That's a precise number.
Yeah, I mean 38 is a precise number, and it is over half, so it qualifies.
I was going to ask you, do you think we're closer to the beginning of Nate Oates' time in Tuscaloosa or closer to the end of Nate Oates' time in Tuscaloosa?
I think we're closer to the end just based on this. I think he does have a fascination with the NBA. He's admitted that. The bullshit you've got to deal with at this level. I mean, first it's Brandon Miller. Now, and look, and I know this happens at the NBA level.
You deal with some of this in the NBA level, too.
You do.
It's a different world there.
But
the NBA handles the punishment for you.
It's much more regulated.
Yeah, that's right. The other people handle that. You coach basketball.
You coach basketball.
And the complete roster flips. I mean, that's another thing. In the NBA, you got a guy under contract. You know what's going on.
But you are tied to a general manager and an organization in the NBA. I mean, Billy Donovan, we all agree, is a pretty good basketball coach.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Great basketball
But
coach.
he ends up with bad organizations, bad situations, and his NBA career is an afterthought.
But had a really good NBA career early with Oak City, though.
But I'll tell you a guy I would talk to is Brad Stevens, because Brad Stevens is a great basketball coach and gave it up to go to the front office. And I would want to know, was there something about coaching that made you give it up to go to the front office, or did you just always want to go to the front office?
Yeah.
Because Brad Stevens was great, and he was having success as the Celtics coach. It wasn't like they were bad under him,
No,
right?
it was a rebuild, and then he got him good.
Right.
Yeah.
He got him good, and then he moved to the front office, which surprised a lot of people.
Yeah. I just, because I'm really worried, I'm a worrier by nature. And, if Nate one day leaves for the NBA, that's somebody trying the NBA out. I would hate to see him go to another college job.
I don't see that.
And I just have a feeling about North Carolina and Kentucky, one of them not making it out of this first round and them firing their coach.
I think it would be a quick trigger on Pope. I would feel like that's low probability with no.
But they wanted Oats before Pope.
They did, and he either turned them down or it never got to that point. However you want to play it.
I think he turned them down.
I think he turned them down. So if he turned them down then, I think he would turn them down again. And I don't think – I'm with you. I think Pope is on a massive hot seat if they don't do anything in this tournament next year.
Yeah,
They're
now.
not even a one-and-done situation against Santa Clara. He's not losing.
Now, North
With
Carolina.
with the
Yes.
most talked about –
Yes.
with the most
Yes.
talked about
Yes.
payment of roster.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think I don't know what Pope's buyout is. I'll go look. But boy, what you're paying Stoops right now to also be paying Pope, that is a lot of money for an athletic department.
I would imagine it's easier to find a couple
It
of
would
horse
be.
guys to pay basketball
It would
money.
be.
And then the other one is North Carolina. They've not been in love with Davis for a long, long time. If he was one and done, and we'll talk about some upsets coming up. Clay with us at the top, but those two jobs are iconic jobs. I was just wondering if you thought, hopefully we're not even to the midway point of the Nate Oats time in Tuscaloosa. I hope he stays forever. This has been so much fun.
I don't think he'll take another college job. I do think the NBA is always in play, but I think Oats in Alabama realizes he's done things that nobody's ever done there before, and I think he truly believes he can win a national championship.
Yeah.
And I do too, by the way.
Yeah, I do too.
I
Yeah.
believe he can.
That would be so much fun to watch happen. All right, another Alabama basketball controversy that Nate's dealing with. We try not to talk about the NIT on the show, but Steven talked yesterday, a couple of sound bites on what he said, why they're playing this, and maybe a better alternative Auburn could have had that I forgot about. Maybe some other people did. We'll get to that in the next segment. Clay Travis with us. Some bracket tips, conversation throughout the show, all that coming up. Being brought to you today by the folks at Central State Bank. Man, when you live in Alabama, hometown folks is just some of the best things that I love about this state. And Central State Bank is one of those operations that have been around since my childhood. It's just been one of those organizations I've admired since I saw them on the outfield sign at Alabaster Dixie Youth Baseball.
Well, it's the bank that is big enough to meet every need you have, but they're small enough to know you. One thing they love doing is just rewarding people in their community, like students. You got a student in your life, you know how important good grades are, right? You stay on top of them about it. Well, Central State Bank put a carrot on the end of the stick for you. They've got a thing called the Young Savers Account. So when the grades roll in, you send it over. They could earn up to $10 for A's and B's. It not only celebrates hard work, but it builds lifelong financial habits that are good habits for that student in your life. So find out more about the Young Savers account at Central State Bank, family-owned, community-focused. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Think about the best summer nights of your life. How many of those were in a great t-shirt? Visit nextround.store to get the perfect t-shirt for the next perfect Southern night. Nextround.store. The memories are waiting.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Birmingham's fastest party returns to Barber Motorsports Park March 27th through 29th. Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, powered by AmFirst Experience. 3 days of high-speed action, featuring the fastest drivers in the world from the IndyCar Series. Enjoy the Kids Zone, food trucks, beer garden, fan zone, and more. The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. Kids 15 and under get in free. Get your tickets now.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does. Hell yeah, boys! NASCAR weekend at Talladega Super Speedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Before my mic wouldn't work. Yeah. I got a bad habit of putting my hand right here.
Have you developed a short?
I don't think so. It may have been my headphone.
Yeah.
I could be just getting old.
Speaking
of which, you never know when it's going to be your last show, right? You just never know. I mean, Aden Holloway probably thought he had more basketball to play at Alabama this year, right? You just never know. I'm flying. I'm going to be off the show for about a week. I'm going on a little vacation and flying. I get anxious about anything. So quickly, just to let everybody know, very thankful for this guy here, all you do in sales. I appreciate you.
So is this your last day?
Before vacation.
Before vacation.
Yeah,
Not ever.
Not
Yeah,
ever.
no. Well, I mean, he's setting it up like possibly.
But just in case it's my last day ever.
Planes do crash.
That's exactly right. I've had a couple of exams over the last few weeks just checking my health. I appreciate everything you do in sales for 17 years. Hard work. Everything you do to do the show and help out and react on the show. I appreciate everything you do, Brownie.
It sounds like Lance is more involved than me, but
Forrester for picking up, all my late night text and all that, waking you and Debbie up at 11:30 with a graphic or whatever. I appreciate putting up with me.
What are we doing here?
I don't know, but let him cook.
I'm flying, man.
Let him
I'm flying
cook.
tomorrow, and I get anxious with this. You never know. You never know. Brooks, you do a wonderful job with social media. I hope I tell you that occasionally. You do a wonderful job.
Does he tell
Maybe
you
once a week.
Okay, once a week. That's good.
Tyler, you and I, we're really friends on the show. We look like enemies, but we're frenemies. Is that what the word is? I appreciate everything you do. You have to put up with more than anybody else up here with my faces and grunts and hand signals and all that. So I'm just appreciative of all you guys. And
thank you, Jim.
I hope I get to come back and be an asshole next Wednesday and my plane doesn't go down.
This is setting up like what Ryan accidentally called the show yesterday.
Which was what? Oh,
The
yeah.
last
call.
call.
The last call. I call the last reel the last call.
Yeah, the last
reel.
reel.
The last reel.
Yeah.
The last reel.
But we will if your plane does crash, or if there's a random Suge Knight Tupac drive-by and you take some collateral damage and you go down in Vegas.
Who's the Diddy in that situation then?
The
I don't think
rumor had
anybody
it would be you.
No, nobody's setting up to be Diddy now.
But we will take one day off.
Yeah, do you want? But if it's a tournament day and Bama's playing, do you want us to do the show?
We probably need to do the show that day.
Is Holloway playing?
Is it next week?
So when are you supposed to come back?
My last wish would be Holloway. If Nate would and Alabama would let Holloway play against Texas Tech.
No, so next Wednesday would be your show back.
Yeah, I'm
So
back. I think I'm back solo next Wednesday.
Okay, so if the plane goes down, is it tonight?
Tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. And then
We'll probably know before we go on, so we'll just take tomorrow off where we can be back on
Wednesday
for
before the
Thursday.
tournament. Yeah, that'd be good. We'll be fresh Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay,
that'd be good.
Yeah.
All right. That being said, here's good news. You got a chance to win with our friends at Kalshi right now. Kalshi. And we've got a bracket. This is where we're going to put our bracket for our bracket challenge, too.
That's right. This
I've
is
got Kalshi green on.
Well,
the official bracket home of the next round is Kalshi.
I mean, Kalshi is bringing back Warren Buffett's 2014 bracket challenge. You know what that is? $1 billion.
Say it again.
$1 billion for a perfect bracket. Now, I don't know about you guys. You will never see me again once
Correct.
I fill out my perfect bracket here. But
You'd see me just with a different attitude.
63 games, 9.2 quintillion possible outcomes in one perfect bracket for $1 billion. Time to run the numbers. Not only this, but they're offering a $1 billion for the perfect bracket, Brown. If none are perfect, the top bracket is getting $1 million.
And even if, $1 million for the top bracket. If it's in a tie, you just split it evenly. And on top of that, our friends at Kalshi are donating $1 million to charity.
Yeah.
So there's $2 million there, and it's going to go $1 million to the winners and $1 million to charity.
wait.
What?
So there's $1 million.
We'll be giving away.
$1 million will be given away.
That's
$1 million will be given away to charity as well.
That's right.
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
Because most of these perfect bracket gets $1 million.
That's it.
That's right.
This is perfect bracket.
And you got to be a perfect. Perfect is $1 billion.
Yeah.
And somebody's getting, or a group of people getting $1 million if there's a
That
tie.
is right.
Here's the good news. It's legal in all 50 states. You've just got to be 18 to enter. Very important, 18 plus to enter and one entry per person.
And the best news of it is it's absolutely free. There is no charge to get into this. All you have to do is go to Kalshi or download the Kalshi app. Use code TNR because that gets you in our scoring. So make sure you use code TNR. And Kalshi knows you're with us. You're our guys. You're our ladies. And they'll put you in our scoring pod there so we can keep up with it. But Kalshi.com or the Kalshi app, code TNR, and get the $1 billion perfect bracket challenge with our friends at Kalshi. Absolutely positively free. Must be 18 or older to enter, and a United States resident. And all the rules and regulations are right there at Kalshi.com.
I would add this. I would add this real quickly as well. And can we leave this? Let's leave that up the whole show.
Oh, like we're ESPN?
Yeah. Let's leave that Kalshi $1 billion bracket up the whole show. What do y'all think?
All right. I don't care.
Just
Scott,
on the fly. Scott,
is
you
that
okay
a
with
problem
that?
for you?
Sure.
Okay.
Do it.
Whole show. Leave that up the whole show. That was me on the fly there.
Look
Is that
at Jimmy
okay
on
with
the
you?
fly.
Yeah, I will say if I win the $1 billion,
Okay.
that I will give everybody here
$1 million.
No, I'll give everybody here $5 million.
$5 million.
Yeah. Oh, I only want $1 million, Lance.
I think $5 million puts you guys in a good spot. I don't know if you've ever seen Succession. Greg's got $12 million, and they're like, well, you don't want to be at $12 million. That's a bad place to be. It's like being, what is it, the tallest midget in the world? Yeah. But I think $5 million, you guys would be okay with that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if I create the first
Yeah.
perfect bracket in the history of brackets, $5 million a person.
Now, this is where our brackets will live. I do want to give this disclaimer, though. Kalshi has a scoring system. We are just for purposes of the bracket challenge, and there are reasons we're doing this. We are going to operate on the 1 point per game. That is not what Kalshi does. You can see our brackets, but we're going to score them internally. 1 point per win, 63 possible points.
Yeah,
it's just easier for us to keep up with.
And
that
Brooks will have a nice
That's right.
updated graphic for us He's hearing about it right now. We'll have a nice updated graphic for us every show.
That's right.
Throughout the tournament.
As the games go final, Brooks.
Yeah.
We'll help you.
No, it doesn't have to be when they go final.
No, I meant the next show.
The next show, yeah.
So that's where you'll be able to see our
brackets. Have to have a running total. Oh, we've just gone final in Tampa. Okay, so keep that cow sheet up. That'll remind you as you go through what I would do. Okay,
here we go.
I would enter my bracket. I would enter
code TNR.
I would code TNR. I'd get my wife to enter a bracket. Code TNR.
Code TNR.
Any kid that you have over 18 years of age,
code TNR.
I would get them to enter code
it's
TNR.
Free. Why not?
Then I would start working with friends and family.
That's right.
I would be like, hey, go ahead. I'm telling you about this. If you happen to get a perfect bracket, I need a little finder's fee. Give me.
Yeah, I can get behind this.
Give me 5%.
That's right.
I think
I'm the one that introduced you. So
we've all played the lottery, and I think getting 5 out of 6 numbers would suck because you win it's good money. It's like 40 or 50,000, but you're like, damn, one more number, I win 10 million. Like I would take having the best bracket here for the $1 million.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah,
in a heartbeat. Yep.
But you see what I'm saying though? I'd start working out with friends at church, friends at the golf club, friends at Inverness, friends wherever, and get them in the bracket too, and then they maybe slide you 5% of their $1 billion if they get the perfect bracket.
Make sure they use code TNR.
Yeah, code TNR. All right there. So there you go. That's what we're doing this March Madness. And we got even more games to tell you about tomorrow on the show that's being brought to you today by our friends, One Man and a Toolbox, LT.
They do incredible work. Look, if you've got specific jobs you need done around your house or office, I've done both. We've used them up here to redo our bourbon room. I've used them at the house for multiple things. Great guys. One Man in the Toolbox performs the handyman services for homes and commercial properties right here in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, surrounding areas. They do regular repairs, maintenance, also small project renovations and updates. They've got multiple technicians with different skill sets and can tackle most any item in your home. Call for the free estimates when you talk to Jessica at 205-823-2111. Mention the next round, $25 discount for the first hour of service. For more information online, onemanandatoolbox.com.
And you can go by our friends at Bojangles right now and get that Bojangler. It is that Alaskan pollock fish fillet with Bo's seasoning on it. The deluxe comes with lettuce, pickle, tomato, cheese, tartar sauce, and you can get it for a limited time at Bojangles. And start your day putting up threes. The triple-double biscuit, triple the protein with the bacon, sausage, and egg, double the cheese, all in a scratch-made Bojangles biscuit. And like all of their biscuits, the ham biscuits, which are 2 for $5 right now, they're scratch-made, and you can enjoy them with that brand-new iced coffee at Bojangles. End your day with strawberry Calva. That's the way every day should end, right? You can do it at our friends at Bojangles, where it is always bow time.
I forgot this existed because it started last year, the College Basketball Crown, the CBC. AI says it's a premier high major postseason men's basketball tournament launched in 2025 by Fox Sports, held in Las Vegas. They donate $500,000 to NIL prize pool to reward participating players, April 1st through the 5th.
So this is an NIL event, basically.
It is, and it squeezes in, I believe, like right between the end of the Elite Eight and before the Final Four weekend. So that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday before you get to the Final Four. So a lot of eyeballs there.
Do you happen to remember who won it?
And it's only comprised of top teams from the Big Ten, Big 12, Big East. So that may be why this is just those that are on Fox properties. Is this why?
No, Oklahoma's in it.
Oh, Oklahoma's in it. I thought maybe that the SEC was banned from playing in this, but Oklahoma's in it.
Yeah. Do you know?
That does look old Big 12.
I asked this question. It does look a lot of the Big 12.
Big
You're
8.
right. Yeah. I asked this question for a reason. Do you know who won this last year and who was the runner-up? Well, first of all, do you know who won the NIT and who was the runner-up?
No.
Nor do I, Lance. Couldn't even tell you.
NIT was Minnesota?
Last couple of years for sure, but I don't think it was last year. I think it was 2 years ago.
Hey, didn't UAB play in the NIT championship game last year?
No, it seems like they did. They did recently.
No, they did not.
Yeah.
I know who won it, Brian. Or Ryan.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, Brian.
Sorry. Brown and Ryan just mixed together in my head, so sorry about that.
Thanks, Rooks.
Chattanooga beat UC Irvine.
The NIT?
Yeah.
That's right. The Mocs did win it. I remember seeing
Chattanooga and UC Irvine played in Madison Square Garden.
Gives an
They don't even play
absolute
Madison Square Garden.
shit about this. But, Auburn's a 17.5-point favorite tonight.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to show you a lot about how this team respects Stephen Pearl.
Yeah.
Like, if they were to lose this game, like if they go out and they blow them out, and I think Auburn's pretty good play, I'm probably going to stay away from it because there's so many points because I don't know how to gauge these guys'
How
attitudes.
do you even do that with NIT? But the reason I bring up who won this one is because if you're evaluating these tournaments, which one would be a stepping stone towards the NCAA tournament? This has only been held 1 year. Last year's champion? Well, last year's runner-up, Central Florida. What kind of year do they have this year?
They're in the
They
tournament,
are.
right?
Surprisingly good year this year.
Yeah,
Some
I mean,
people are talking
they're
Johnny
a 10
Dawkins.
seed playing 7th seed UCLA.
Yeah, got in as an at-large. You know who the winner was last year? Tell me what kind of season this team had. Nebraska.
Nebraska. I was about to say Nebraska.
They won it last year.
Yeah.
This strikes me. I don't care about either of them, but this strikes me as the better option here. So why would you think Auburn wouldn't do this?
I don't know. Because for a second, I thought maybe they were not allowed to be in it because it was a Fox thing, but
that's how you get guys' attention, though. Hey, look, we're going to play in this tournament where you're making money.
That's right.
Yeah, we're going back to Las Vegas, and we were there earlier for the players, for the eras.
And I think that's what Steven wants, is he wants some effort, right? Like, I want you guys to show you still want to play basketball. We did not accept this invitation to lay down and get embarrassed.
Yeah, I want to know who's on my team next year. Any of these guys coming back, show me what you got here. Let's listen to Steven. We have a rule. We don't talk about the NIT on the show. It's an unwritten rule.
Apparently we don't. We didn't remember. I don't remember that at all.
Last year. But this is only fair because we were very critical of this yesterday.
Yeah, so we're going to let Steven explain why and opt-outs and portal, and then this may be the last time we talk about the NIT. Here's Stephen Pearl on the decision to play in the NIT.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here to coach basketball. The guys on my roster are here to play basketball, and we're all here to compete. And I'm not going to duck away from an opportunity to go out there and prepare and compete and play basketball because that's what we're here to do. I'm not going to take my ball and go home because we didn't make the tournament. So I just see it as an unbelievable opportunity for our guys to go out there and just compete on a stage. And obviously, our goal is to not to play in the NIT. Our goal is playing the NCAA tournament, advance the NCAA tournament. But that didn't happen this year, and we have an opportunity to go play in a tournament that's nationally televised, and continue to play basketball for these next few weeks. So if we're able to advance, so I'm of the mindset of like let's just go play, let's go hoop, and have some fun with it. So that's ultimately why I made the decision for us to play in the NIT.
NIT is not our goal. I like he said that. Not going to take my ball and go home just because we didn't get in. I like the way he said that. And it's national TV. You do get some name exposure, not that Auburn needs it anymore.
Cannot deny how much Stephen Pearl loves basketball. And I would say this. We talked about the Neville sellout streak, and what is it at right now?
It was like 73, 74
Zero
games.
chance that survives tonight.
You
do count these, right?
But I would say this. It's a Tuesday night. If you're in the area, support this guy. Like, this guy is taking so much shit right now for not getting in the tournament. He's taking a lot of shit because his dad was saying comments, which a lot of dads are protective.
Yeah.
Probably
but his
in
dad
retrospect.
his dad was being an entertainer.
But
He was getting paid to entertain.
I get it. But, I mean, that's going to get sensationalized, and it's probably going to get played out a little too much. But if you can support this team, if you're an Auburn fan, I've gone to a lot of Rams preseason games. And to me, NFL preseason is about the equivalent of NIT, right?
I would agree with you. They're exhibitions. Now,
I would support this team if you can, if you're an Auburn fan. That's all I'm saying.
What's the tip's 9 p.m., though, right?
It is 9 p.m. Central Time.
That's a late, meaningful tip.
Sadly, they've got experience with this.
They do, and that was a game that mattered.
Was that the Ole Miss loss?
No, it was the LSU game after the Ole Miss loss.
Yeah, okay.
And it's the worst crowd I've seen at Neville in quite a while.
Yeah, but they sold all the tickets.
They did sell all the tickets. The Auburn fan feedback I got yesterday was more games of experience coaching for Steven. I think that's irrelevant personally. Like, I mean, how many games can he coach in this thing? You think 3 more games of coaching is going to be the difference in him being good next year or not? No.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. I think Steven is a good coach. I don't think he needs 3 more NIT games to become a good coach. He'll get to prove if he is or isn't, and I could be right, I could be wrong. More experience for this roster. I just don't know how much of this roster is going to be back, so I don't know why that matters.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you knew there were 3 or 4 guys that you've had discussions with, you think that they can be part of the backbone and the infrastructure moving forward for this program, that it makes sense. But I think we all talked about it a couple of weeks ago. It doesn't seem like any of these guys are going to be back.
And even if just a handful of them are, I don't know what this game. And it's the thing about the NIT that I've never thought it builds you for the next season. It's nothing like the NCAA tournament. Like if it were like the NCAA tournament, I could see where you're like, okay, we know we're not in the NCAA tournament, but this gives us the experience of going to another site, playing a Thursday game, quick prep for a Friday game at that site and come back home, or a Saturday game at that site and come back home. I get why they don't do that in the NIT because they'd lose a boatload of money, but I just don't see the correlation.
Okay, away from that now, let's go to Stephen Pearl on what would be important if you were playing 17 and a half now. Do you expect anyone to opt out of playing in the NIT? Here's Stephen Pearl.
When high majors do play, sometimes there are some opt-outs. Are you guys going to be at full strength for the NIT? And I guess what was the reaction from the team of deciding to do this? Because in Nashville they talked about, hey, don't want to go home, don't want to play their final game. I guess were they pretty fired up to still have an opportunity to play more basketball?
I don't know about opt-outs yet because we visited last night after the selection show, and obviously everyone was upset for not having made the tournament, and told them to sleep on it, and I'll be with them here in the next 30 minutes. So as of right now, no one's called me or anyone on my staff saying that they're not playing. But if that changes, obviously we'll let you guys know.
Yeah,
It wasn't a no.
So far, I have not heard of any opt-outs.
I haven't either, and the game is today, so I think I'd know.
Yeah.
I mean, based on the line, there's no opt-out.
Yeah, but you may get to the game tonight, and it'd be like, so-and-so wasn't available. Yeah, he let us know he wasn't going to play, and we're fine with that, He came here to play in the NCAA tournament, not in the NIT.
I think when you hear about opt-outs, I know who I think of.
Yes.
To me, it's Pettiford. Is he playing or not playing? Because he's not going. He could be going to the NBA. Some people think he'll give that a shot. He may go back through the process again, or maybe he wants to, I don't know. That would be the only one I would be worried about opting out because, he's that good and he's got to either make an NBA choice again or I think a choice to come back to Auburn or play somewhere else in college. So that's the only Keyshawn Hall doesn't have any more eligibility left. Don't think he's an NBA guy. Maybe he is. Okay.
I don't think he is.
Keyshawn Murphy.
No.
Yeah. See, so to me, the only opt-out possibility.
You don't have to opt out to go to Europe, is what you're saying.
But I think it would say something about the respect for Steven if these guys come out and they play hard for 40 minutes.
100%.
Yeah, and I know there's probably people in the chat, Brown, that are like, that's an idiotic comment. This team doesn't deserve to be supported. They lost all these games down the stretch, and that is true. But, I think Steven is breaking his back. I would be shocked if that guy is not working 70 or 80 hours a week.
Unbelievable.
Would be shocked.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. Last thing here. Now, this is closer to home for me. Of my Auburn friends are asking this question. Why did they not want to play in the NIT? Because I want Steven and his staff working only on rebuilding the team for next year. I want them portal.
Can you do both? And it seems like it would be complicated to do both.
Here's Stephen Pearl getting asked about playing in the NIT, but also preparing next year's roster through the portal. Here's what Stephen says.
How does this affect just getting ready for the portal? How do you kind of merge and do these two things? You're going to be coaching a lot, portaling, getting ready for the portal. How do you do that?
Well, the portal doesn't open until after the Final Four. So if the portal was open now, that might have affected my decision. But right now, besides us getting organized and getting a roster of guys that we'd like to go after if they do intend to go in and watching film, there's not a whole lot we can do. We can do both of those things if we're playing home games in Auburn in the NIT. So I just felt like you can do both. And that's what we're going to do. So we've been actively preparing for this portal cycle for a few weeks now, and our staff's been really hard at work just getting things organized and identifying some of the positions that we'll need to fill for next year and looking at potential targets. If they do go in, we'll be prepared because we've watched film and we've evaluated the things that they do, and we've been obviously looking at the international market as far as players that are available from over there that we can currently be recruiting. We just feel like right now, we're able to do both. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Now, One thing I know about football and basketball in this modern day, the portal seems to always be open.
Yeah.
And the portal preparation, evaluation, and churning behind the scenes on coaching staffs and general managers and basketball ops guy is nonstop. So it is a 24/7, 365 job. So whether they were in the NCAA tournament or the NIT, they were going to have to be doing some portal work.
But, there's a reason the portal doesn't open until after the Final Four. And, on importance, NIT might be a 1, the portal is a 10. Steven ain't dumb. If the portal was going on right now, they wouldn't be playing.
But I will say this. That same challenge is there for Nate Oats in Alabama and Todd Golden in Florida and Mike White in Georgia and Bucky McMillan in Texas A&M. They're playing far more important games and having to evaluate the portal. So I get why Auburn fans would be concerned about that, but everybody's dealing with that same thing.
I was on the road for I think I was gone 12 days last year with Alabama to Cleveland and Newark.
Yeah.
And I would imagine during that process, there were a lot of film watching, a lot of downtime.
Yep.
There were a lot of downtime.
That's right.
They can only do so much basketball and watching of the opponents they're playing. There's so much downtime. Those coaches had a lot of time to be in a room, talking roster, watching film
That's
of
right.
other guys, and do the same things you'd be doing if you were in Tuscaloosa, or in this case, in Auburn. All right, Clay Travis on the other side. Show being brought to you by our friends at Odie's. Tomorrow night, you guys will be back out at Odie's.
We will. I had an opportunity to drop by Odie's last night. Always a good time.
Did you walk in and they were like, Lance, is it Wednesday?
No, Dee, one of our favorite bartenders there, she's like, what are you doing here? I mean, it is odd when I'm there on any night that is not Wednesday night, but Odie's always fun, and it's St. Patrick's Day. Odie's, a great place to go for your St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy some cold, delicious Bud Light, some of the great food from Rodney Davis. He's been doing it for almost 4 decades now. Birmingham Institution, 2 locations, the original in Crestline, newest location in Edgewood. Get in and see Will Aver and that great staff. Again, Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
And our friends at Way to Wellness, Leslie, her board-certified team, they want to help jumpstart your weight loss in 2026. It's that time of year, guys. Shirt off season is upon us. What does that mean? It's never too late to start losing that weight. Maybe you want to look good for next football season. Maybe you want to look good for just feel better, look good, feel better, live better. It all starts with Way to Wellness. Leslie, her board-certified team will give you a free evaluation. Get all the details at planforme.com. Planforme.com. At Way to Wellness, they've got everything from injection therapy to meal replacement in 100 different ways to help you with your weight loss and to keep it off, and can change some numbers, cholesterol numbers, blood pressure numbers with a good diet. Leslie will talk you through all of that. Free evaluation, no contracts, no sign-up fees. Planforme.com. It's Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers. To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the next round anywhere with NextRound.store.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does. Hell yeah, boys! NASCAR weekend at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Again, we'll get to Clay Travis in just a second. Our friends at NASCAR, we go racing coming up on April the 26th. It's the Jack Links 500. You can buy your tickets right now to the world's fastest speedway with the Cup drivers, all the superstars in town. April the 26th. Race weekend starts April the 24th out at Talladega. Get your tickets, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com, 877-GO-TO-DEGA, and we'll enjoy a great weekend of racing coming up with the Jack Links 500. You'll see our Kalshi logo and our $1 billion bracket challenge logo on the side there, promo code TNR. More on that coming up in a second.
Yeah, you can win $1 billion with the perfect bracket. Kalshi.com. It is absolutely free. Must be 18 or over. Code TNR. When you enter code TNR, Clay Travis is with us. Clay, if you won $1 billion from Kalshi, you would do, what's the first thing you would buy? $1 billion perfect bracket. The first thing you buy is what?
Jet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, I think it's the, coolest asset that you can have if you're super rich, because it gets you anywhere at your own schedule. So that wouldn't even be a tough call for me. That's what I would. That's what I would immediately buy.
What do you think that number is that you have to own a jet? Because the reason I ask is you've got guys out there making $100,000 that buy Range Rovers and they can't afford it. But like, there are a lot of people that need jets because obviously it is so much more convenient. I've only flown private a few times, a handful of times, but and I'm sure you've done it a ton now. It's just night and day.
Yeah, it really is transformative, especially, God forbid right now with the TSA lines and everything else that you go through. People make fun of me, but I've said this before. I either go Southwest Airlines. I have not to brag, 2.5 million Southwest Airlines points. I have to be like, I should get to shake the hand of the pilot every time I walk on, or I fly a lot of private. So I'm on both extremes. I've looked into this a lot. Honestly, the biggest thing to me is not the physical cost; it's the yearly cost, right? So I think there's lots of people who, don't think about, pilots are expensive. The maintenance on a plane is expensive. The amount you have to pay to keep for a hangar, fuel. There's just a lot of so-called ancillary cost, the fixed cost yearly in order to have a plane is really, really high. So I think you have to be, I'm talking about a jet, right? I mean, there are some, and I've been in some small planes. There are some very affordable small planes, but for a jet, I think you have to be a 100 million plus guy, or you have to have, a company that you're able to run all the expenses through, and the company is paying for it as opposed to you.
Clay Travis is with us. Again, the Kalshi logo in the corner. You can jump in and play the $1 billion bracket, promo code TNR. Clay, do you fill out a bracket? Do you enjoy doing this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, tell me about.
Yeah, we do family bracket challenge in the Travis household. So my 3 boys will fill one out. My wife will fill one out, and we will keep tabs. Like a print form bracket, old school. And I get the highlighter out and, keep track round to round to see how people do. My 11-year-old loves it. He told me yesterday that he had already filled out 10 brackets online on the ESPN website. So he was all excited to talk about the bracket. And, I will obviously be in the probably 99th percentile for amount of minutes of March Madness watched on opening weekend, which I think is the best of all the weekends in sports. Honestly, I think it's still the best.
You give me a 1 or 2 seed though that you are fearful of, in the sense that you can't trust them. A 1 or 2 seed that in your bracket you're like, God, I cannot trust them beyond the Elite Eight or beyond the Sweet 16.
Well, look, I loved Florida until I saw what Vanderbilt did to them on Saturday. That was an evisceration, and it made me go back and look at things and say, what does Vanderbilt have that's incredibly elite? Great guard play. And so I haven't decided who I'm going to pick to win overall, but Florida is elite with big men. But oftentimes you go back and look, it's guards and being able to have a great point guard or great shooting guard who can get you a bucket. When you need, it's going to be a tough slog, and, the defensive prep is going to be elite. It's a 1-game scenario, so being able to shoot obviously has and score, I think, is paramount. And so that had me going back and looking at Florida and saying, wait a minute, have we over credited their guard play? Because look, if you look at what Vanderbilt has, they are incredibly elite at point guard and at shooting guard if they make their shots with Duke Miles. So that has me a little bit nervous. The injury situation at Duke has me a bit nervous. And also, I think St. John's was underseeded at the 5. Rick Pitino is one of the greatest NCAA tournament coaches of all time. You tell me that he gets a full week, which he would, to be preparing for Duke. That has me nervous for Duke in the Sweet 16. There would be 2 1 seeds that I look at the bracket and just think, you got that rematch potentially of Vanderbilt, who I think will make the Sweet 16 against Florida. I loved Florida's matchup. I don't love the fact that in the Sweet 16 they would have to go up against Vanderbilt, because I don't think that's a good matchup. So there's 2 of the top 4 favorites right now that I get apprehensive about when I look at the 1 seed matchups in the Sweet 16.
Taking a look at your Vols, I don't think Miami of Ohio is going to beat SMU, but we had Ron Slay on yesterday, obviously former Tennessee player, and he said, I would rather play SMU than Miami of Ohio. I'm going to assume you disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with that take. I love Ron. He is a super talented guy. He's on my old station, 104.5 The Zone, in addition to all the ESPN platforms. Really good dude. Look, if you ask me to break down the Tennessee team, Tennessee has incredible weakness at the 2. This is assuming that Nate Ament is healthy and able to play well. I mean, obviously, his ability to make mid-range shots and score and get to the basket. Alabama fans saw what he's capable of at a high level in that game in Tuscaloosa. If he plays at a high level, Tennessee can beat anybody. But the challenge is when you've got really good guard play, you can really kind of have a lot of success. And Tennessee has a good point guard who's almost a 2 guard as well in Jacoby Gillespie. They don't have a 2. They just do not have a Batman or a Robin to his Batman in the backcourt. And so I think that's Tennessee's flaw. They got a lot of big men. They're talented everywhere but the 2. And so you have to have the 1 who is Gillespie, and you have to have the 3 who is Nate Ament, kind of help to camouflage that weakness at the 2. So that makes me nervous. I think Tennessee is exposed when they play against elite guard play. And so that would be my concern if I were trying to analyze the bracket for Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee got an awful draw. Look, I mean, they should beat the 11 seed, whether it's SMU or Miami of Ohio. And then Virginia, look, I mean, I know they won the national title, in 19, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the year they got the benefit of some calls against Auburn down the stretch, as Auburn fans well remember. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that recollection. But I think Tennessee actually matches up okay with Virginia. I think that's a 50-50 style game. And then we'd see, beyond that, once you get to the Sweet 16, it's kind of, I feel like any season where you make the Sweet 16 is a good one because you can see the Final Four from there. You win, even though Tennessee's never made it. You win 2 games. Tennessee's been in the Elite 8 back-to-back years, and you're in the Final Four. So I look at the bracket and just say, hey, can you get to 16? I think Tennessee has the talent to get to 16, but I think they need then to get a more big man-focused team because they're weak at the 2.
The Final Four for Tennessee is like Atlanta for Ole Miss football.
Trust me, it is like I've come to expect that it's just never going to happen in my lifetime at this point.
Hey, when Alabama made it, Clay, honest to goodness, I'm sitting courtside out in the desert, and when they took the court for pregame layup line, I had to wipe a tear off my cheek. That's how emotional it was. I never thought I would see it.
Look, if you have Dalton Connect and you don't make the Final Four, I mean, I don't know that I've seen a better scoring player in the SEC than Dalton Connect that 1 year that he had. Tennessee was really, really good, but, back-to-back Elite 8s, and I don't know. Sometimes it's one of those years where you don't have the best team and the bracket breaks for you, so I guess that's what's going to keep me optimistic, but I just, at this point, kind of presume I'll never see it in my lifetime.
If there's one thing I wish, well, there's a lot of things I wish for, but one thing I wish I could do is see what actually gets paid to players to play in the NIL era. Did you see Yaxel Lindenborg, who played here at UAB the last 2 years? He said Kentucky offered him $7 to $9 million to go to Kentucky. And he went to Michigan because Dusty May, quote, didn't talk money with me, end quote. What do you make of something like that? And do you really think Kentucky offered him $7 to $9 million?
I mean, it's crazy. Here, I mean, is an easy way to think about it. And I don't think you just have to look at college basketball. We're in a world where guys sue to be able to stay and play in college athletics. You guys remember when guys used to sue to be able, Maurice Claret, other players on the basketball front, they used to sue to be able to get to the pros. Now guys sue to stay. So that kind of gives you an indication. I think if you're not a first-round pick, then you make more money playing college basketball than you do as a second-round pick in the NBA. That's crazy, but that's where we are. And so look, a lot of people front-loaded because they were trying to avoid the $20.5 million effective, in quotation marks, salary cap outside of NIL. But I think this thing has just gotten totally blown up. I think that yes, I don't know that specific offer, but I do know that the dollar figures. I mean, there's guys making $4 or $5 million a year playing college basketball this year, which is to me crazy, right? But there are a lot of guys making more than they would be making in the NBA playing college basketball now.
Look, and Aden Holloway is not making that type of money, but Aden Holloway is making more than 98.5% of Americans right now, guessing $600,000, $700,000. And I'm sure you saw that he is, obviously arrested yesterday. He's been suspended, not going to play this weekend. You start doing the math, Clay, it doesn't make any sense. Like he's got he's got $3,000 a pound of weed basically, and just throwing out a rough street value on that. And there was the speculation that maybe he was dealing, but if he's dealing $3,000 worth of weed, making $700,000, like this story doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, there's a lot of guys like this, unfortunately, right? I'm trying to think how to phrase like. I understand why if you live in Venezuela or someplace like that, like you might drug run cocaine, right? Like we talked about this on Clay and Buck the other day. And then your calculus might change when you recognize that your boat might get blown up by the United States. Like I can see guys being like, well, like if my option is I can make, $5,000 a year or I can make 10 or 20 that, right, by running drugs to take care of my family. Like I understand the way that math works. I think a lot of these guys just don't do the math, right? They're young and by the way, leave aside the drug dealing. I think a lot of times, and this is kind of the pedestal that I got on where you need somebody who's kind of got you. When you're 18 or 19 years old, you are a moron. And I say that, especially boys, as a dad of 3 boys, right? And you guys remember when you were 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, every single guy listening to us right now is like, your confidence level is off the charts, and there is no greater disconnect between how smart you think you are and how smart you actually are in all of life than a teenage boy, right? And I suspect that he didn't recognize or didn't make in his mind the transition between risk-reward, where $3,000 might have made a lot of money to him when he was 16 or 17 years old, as it would to all of us, and didn't really kind of run the math on this. This is presuming that he's dealing, right? Which is what presumably he was arrested and charged with, and he gets the right to defend himself. And so you don't make that next step where you say, hey, maybe this made sense to be considering doing when I'm 16 or 17 years old. Given what I'm making now, the risk reward is not good, right? And I think there's a lot of kids that make poor decisions in that respect. I mean, this is why I bought. Yeah, I know LT was tired of me talking about how awesome self-drive is, but I bought a Tesla self-drive because I remember the risks that I took as a driver as a teenage boy myself. And I want to try to take away those risks from my own kids, right? And so I just think the perspective here is lost sometimes. And I think this is true writ large, right? Like I talked about this with Nico when he transferred to UCLA. And I said, boy, I really wish somebody had gotten in that kid's ear and talked to him. Think about this. You guys know it, but if you're a great quarterback, great NFL quarterback, you're around Nico's age, you are going to make $1 billion in your career. That's not a hyperbole. That's not an exaggeration. You are going to become a billionaire because you're going to make $75, $100 million a year. Even though you got to pay 40% in tax, whatever you make in your endorsement dollars, you're going to become a billionaire. Whatever money you make in college is a pinprick of what you could make on the high end. So make the best decision, not on, hey, am I going to make $250,000 more right now? Make the best decision on what money you are setting yourself up to make at the next level. And look, there are some exceptions to that, like the Diego Pavias of the world. Hey, you're probably going to make most of your money in college because it's unlikely you're going to have an NFL career as a 5'9", 7/8 guy, which I think is how tall Diego Pavia is. But it's just the horizon for a lot of these guys is so immediate that they don't think about long range. And by the way, there are some aspects of this that aren't even monetary. You guys know this. Most of the value you get from your college experience is the alumni network and the kids you meet who go to college with you, who will be your friends and contemporaries for the next 40 years of your adult life, right? That's true for everybody out there if you're fortunate enough to go to college. How many of those kids are thinking about that when they're playing for 5 schools in 4 years, right? I mean, it sounds crazy. Leave aside the education, which certainly isn't happening. What sort of network are you building? Because especially in the NFL, your average guy's career is over at 26 years old, right? Like, what are you actually going to make a living doing when you have to hang up your ability? A lot of that's going to be your network, somebody getting you a job, somebody giving you an opportunity to get in. Are you going to have a network when you played at a bunch of different schools, when you didn't get an education at all? These are conversations that I think are important that very few of these kids are getting instruction on. And I think it ties in with, risking everything to make $3,000 or whatever it is a year, theoretically dealing weed, or jump into another school because you're going to make $25K more there, and you're not thinking about the long range horizon.
He is Clay Travis, founder of Outkick, at Clay Travis on social media. You see him on Fox. Clay, thank you very much for the time. Have a great week.
All right, enjoy the games, boys. See y'all.
You too. See you, Clay, with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. You know by now Alexander Shinara handles personal injury claims, right? Everybody knows that. You might not know he also handles claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, a host of other claims handled by our guy Alexander Shinara. See more at Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Alexander Shinara, trial attorney, Shinara.com, Shinara.com.
Oh, as we roll into spring weather, I know it doesn't feel like it today, but you saw it this past weekend. You're going to be wanting to get out on the golf course. How about our friends at the Inverness Country Club? They've got memberships that fit everyone. You can sell the wife on, hey, I'm going to play golf, but guess what? Child care is such a big plus. Social membership, racket club, they've got it all right there. State-of-the-art fitness center, fantastic dining. Best days happen at the Inverness Country Club. To take a tour, go to ICCalabama.com. That is ICCalabama.com.
Breaking news in the NFL. We'll get to the viewing menu coming up a little later. Your Dolphins got another first-round draft pick for former Alabama star Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle in an Iron Bowl reuniting with Bo Nix in Denver. Great for them, by the way.
Oh, I mean.
This is the bigger story of the trade is what Denver's getting here. I hate it for Miami. Waddle was my favorite Dolphin player of this era of Dolphin players. Miami, they get a lot of it. Or they get a lot for him, I should say. They get the Broncos' first-round pick and third and fourth-round picks. Denver giving up 3 picks in this year's draft for Jaylen Waddle, including a first-rounder.
You think they think they're one piece away from winning the Super Bowl?
Yes, they do.
For Denver, getting Bo Nix, a elite number 1, and I think that's what Jaylen Waddle can be.
And what does he do? He catches short passes and turns them into bigger games,
his speed
right?
is elite, yeah.
And Cortland Sutton's good, but they didn't have – like for Denver to be where they are, a lot of it was defense, but they just don't have those weapons yet. So they acquire their weapon. But for the Dolphins, here's what I would say. The Rams from 22, 23, and 24 have 5 starters that were drafted in the 3rd, 4th, or 5th round.
Oh, you got to get the picks right. I mean,
you just got to get them right. But, I mean, for you guys to be able to backload those picks, if you get those right, and I'm talking about guys like Cameron Kitchens and Byron Young and Colby Turner. I mean, really, really good players.
Yeah. So it's huge for the Broncos.
But you wanted a full rebuild.
Well, that's what you're getting.
Draft picks, the full rebuild with draft picks is the way to go.
Now, if I'm Malik Willis today, I'm like, what have I done? Because I'm going to read to you the Dolphins wide receiver room, and you tell me if Malik Willis, who was the biggest quarterback free agent out there and chose Miami. This is not a trade. He chose Miami.
I bet he's still buzzing with the money he's making right now.
He's making good money, but he's about to be throwing to Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert, Terrence Marshall, Malik Washington, Taj Washington, Theo Weiss, and A.J. Henning.
I was going to say congratulations getting Tutu. He made 1 play for the Rams this year.
So
it's inactive more than touchdown score.
I think it's our number 1.
I'd be more concerned on who's on my offensive line. Like, how much am I going to get hit?
Yeah.
That's on them to catch it. I just want to know how much am I getting hit.
They've done okay on offensive line, but Miami has moved on from a lot in this offseason. when you consider that they have now moved on from Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, Minkah Fitzpatrick, a lot of Alabama flavor in this, by the way.
Yeah,
Minkah Fitzpatrick, Jaylen Waddle, Bradley Chubb. I mean, there are some massive names. It is a full rebuild in Miami with the biggest free agent quarterback, which is still a weird move to me.
Yeah.
If you're going to rebuild. I still don't understand the Malik Willis play for Miami.
Downtown Miami today, this weekend, 77, 78, 79 with sunshine. Out on Miami Beach, 81, 82, 82 with sunshine.
Yeah, you know what makes 81 and 82 and sunshine better?
What's that?
Having $25 million a year.
Yeah. He probably can get on a yacht and go to where it's just if he wants to be 90 degrees, he can go a little further south and just.
And he's
jump
still
down.
one of those anonymous guys. I guarantee you, Malik Willis can walk, anywhere on South Beach right now today, and nobody recognizes him.
Yeah.
Our friends at Innisfree has a good time going on as we speak right now. Our countdown to kickoff is 165 days away for college football. Innisfree's countdown right now is in process. The 23rd annual Kegs and Eggs is going on right now. The doors have been open since 6 a.m. They'll go until the wee hours of the morning until they shut things down, and maybe you step next door to Nana Funk's. That doesn't happen till 3, 4 in the morning. Bagpipes, drink specials, live bands, DJs. You're shamrocking until you can't shamrock no more with our friends at Innisfree. And our friends at Bud Light are down there with them with some green draft beer.
Yeah, they've got beads. They've got everything. They're making it very, very festive today. So pick up some cold, delicious Bud Light. There with our friends at the Innisfree Irish Pub.
All right. Viewing menu 4 downs coming up on the other side. And don't forget, there you see the Kalshi $1 billion perfect bracket challenge going on. Promo code TNR. Use the code TNR when you go in. But, Brownie, it's not just $1 billion for a perfect bracket. If you go sign up, guys, you've got a chance to actually win without a perfect bracket.
Yeah, best bracket, and if there's a tie, it's split among those that are tied, gets $1 million, and they're also giving $1 million to charity, so $2 million right there in total. We have done a lot of these over the years where a perfect bracket wins $1 million. This is for $1 billion at Kalshi.
$1 billion.
And the best bracket gets $1 million. You can.
So somebody's getting $1 million.
That's right, and a charity's getting $1 million. More important than that. You can sign up right now at Kalshi.com or the Kalshi app. Use code TNR so you get in our group there so we can keep up with who wins for pride in our group there. But you can win $1 billion with a perfect bracket. You must be 18 or over, a resident of the United States. All the rules and regulations are right there at Kalshi.com. You see the scoring as well. Code TNR, Kalshi.com or the Kalshi app. Getting that $1 billion bracket challenge before it's too late.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that quality legal services will be performed as greater than those of our lawyers. To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Looking for the ultimate weekend in Birmingham? The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix is back at Barber Motorsports Park, March 27th through 29th, bringing big energy, big crowds, and unforgettable moments. It's more than a race. It's a full day of excitement, family fun, food, music, and world-class competition, all set on one of the most beautiful venues in racing. The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix at Barber Motorsports Park. Get your tickets now.
Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does. Hell yeah, boys! NASCAR weekend at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Still to come, I promise, in the 11 o'clock hour, we're going to look at some possible upsets and talk more about our bracket challenge coming up. We think we've settled on a bracket punishment. We'll let you know in the 11 o'clock hour. Stay with us. That's hour 3 if you're listening to us or watching us on replay. Before Brownie tells us about Bojangles and we get to the viewing menu, 40-year career in college football, David Cutcliffe is announcing his retirement. He's a former National Coach of the Year, 3-time SEC Coach of the Year, either as an assistant or as a head coach. He is walking away, coached both the Mannings, did a lot of work in high school, played for Bear Bryant, or coach with Bear Bryant over there in Tuscaloosa. Birmingham guy, just a great man, and he's walking away. Last few years, he's been the SEC Special Assistant to the Commissioner for Football Relations, so that's the job he's technically walking away from.
Good guy, man. Just genuinely a nice human, and probably an underrated football coach.
Oh, I agree. I think he's a great football mind. You go back to the Ole Miss days, they didn't realize what they had.
That's
a guy
right.
that averaged 7-8 wins.
Won some at Duke.
Yeah, one at Duke. I mean, look, this guy, and obviously how much the Mannings have respected him over the years.
Yeah. Both Manning kids went out of their way to play for the guy. So I think that says a lot.
100%. Our friends at Bojangles gets a lot of respect as well.
They do, as they should. That Bojangler is back for a limited time right now at Bojangles. That Alaskan pollock filet, which gets that Bo seasoning dusted right there on it. The deluxe comes with lettuce, pickle, tomato, cheese, and tartar sauce. You can get that for a limited time. You can also start the day by getting up some threes. That triple-double biscuit back at Bojangles right now. Triple the protein with the sausage, bacon, and egg, and double the cheese on that scratch-made Bojangles biscuit. Like all their biscuits, scratch-made, great way to start your day, and you can start it with that new Bojangles iced coffee as well. And then wrap your day or any meal with that strawberry cobbler from Bojangles for a limited time. all at your favorite Bojangles, where it's always bow time.
Hey, if you wear contacts or glasses, you've heard me talk about this for years and years and years now. You owe it to yourself to make the phone call to Michelson Laser Vision. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. Find out if you are a proper candidate. I know you're sick of wearing contacts and glasses. I wore the contacts for about a decade, 2003. I got the procedure done. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. I still have the 2015 vision, better than 2020. 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
Alrighty, so unfortunately we don't have really any new releases today, but I've got plenty of stuff to watch today for this St. Patrick's Day. If you're in the mood for St. Patrick's Day themed movies, you can go to Peacock or tune into the Sci-Fi Channel at 7 p.m. and watch Leprechaun and Leprechaun Returns.
I'm going to pass. You know, the thing that jumps out to me, the St. Patrick's Day movie, I don't know if you guys have one, but for me it is The Fugitive.
The Fugitive is my favorite St. Patrick's scene because it is the great line of, if they can dye the river green one day a year, why can't they dye it blue the other 360
And then I love Tommy Lee Jones looks at the brother and he's like, "Are you Irish?" He's like, "No, man."
Yeah, that is my favorite movie that involves St. Patrick's Day is The Fugitive.
Hey, I'm trying to think of other ones that do.
No, not many.
I've got a couple of them that are Irish or St. Patrick's Day. But Leprechaun, the synopsis I pulled for this is fantastic. Dan O'Grady steals 100 gold coins from a leprechaun, played by Warwick Davis.
You're not supposed to take their coins, are you?
That's bad news.
No, that's bad news.
Yep.
While on vacation in Ireland, the leprechaun follows him home, but Dan locks the murderous midget in a crate, held at bay by a four-leaf clover. 10 years later, J.D. Redding and his daughter, Tori, played by Jennifer Aniston, rent O'Grady's property for the summer. When their new neighbors accidentally release the leprechaun, he goes on a murderous rampage to reclaim his gold.
Not Jennifer Aniston's finest moment.
No.
She's done better.
She did
She's done
not
better work.
return for later entries in the franchise, such
Smartly,
as Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah.
This was Jennifer Aniston pre-rhinoplasty, and back when she used to eat a lot of mayonnaise. I remember reading an article where she said gave up mayonnaise and lost 15 pounds a year
that'll do it.
immediately.
Wow.
Have you guys ever found a four-leaf clover in the wild?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have not.
Yeah, we used to look for them at the playground at Sachs Elementary. I can remember vividly. Had a lot of clover patches, and we would occasionally find a four-leaf clover.
I would never take the time to look, to be honest with you. I was always happy that I had an imagination. I could go play an imaginary football game by myself. I never was so bored that I laid down and looked for a four-leaf
I
clover.
did. Yeah, I had some clover leaf patches around my house growing up, and I probably found 10, 15
I
four-leaf.
think I remember finding one in elementary school. Vicki Brown could probably tell me if this is true. I brought it home, and she put tape over it so I could keep it. You know what I'm saying? Almost like laminated.
I'd wear them under wristbands in baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Maybe I should get one. Should look one before I go to Vegas.
Jimmy Alfredo.
Change my lock.
You're on a heater.
Well, take one on your flight.
Yeah, let's not talk anymore about that.
You're the one that brought it up. I was getting texts like, "What's he talking about?"
Not a very good traveler.
So next up on Tubi, you've got The Boondock Saints, which is got Norman Reedus working for the Russian mafia as an Irishman, and it's over-the-top violent, and also has Willem Dafoe in a very odd scene. He plays a weird character, does it well, as he's known to do.
I'll never forget when that script came out and everybody going nuts about it. Getting Troy Duffy, who was a bartender, wrote the script. And Harvey Weinstein, probably not a good association now, came into his pub and offered him $1 million. And so they Miramax optioned the script back in, I want to say it's like 95 or 96. I never got into that. I watched it. I thought it was very, very average, but it's got a cult following.
It definitely does. I think it's one of those movies that is simultaneously overrated and underrated. Like, it flew under the radar initially, and so it kind of became a cult classic. But among those people that flock to the cult classics, they don't shut up about this movie.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it all right. Max has one of my favorite movies of all time, and that is The Departed. No relation to St. Patrick's Day. It's just Irish mob, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a great movie.
It's a great
That
movie.
is a good movie.
Yep.
I've seen that one.
Next up, this is a random movie filmed in Ireland and made by an Irish production company, Irish crew. It's on Mubi, which I've never heard of, and it's also available for rental on Prime. It's called Bring Them Down, and it's described as a simmering, violent feud between two farming families in rural Ireland. Following a stolen sheep incident, Michael and his father, Ray, clash with neighbors Jack and Gary, forcing all involved into a tragic, violent downward spiral, and it stars Barry Keoghan. I went into this
Weird-looking cat, by the way.
Yeah, he's a weird-looking dude. But I went into this movie just because it was on my AMC app, and I had nothing to do that day, and ended up really invested in the story.
Okay,
shockingly good.
I've got one for you.
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders,
you could watch that whole series.
I finally got past the first season and into like the third season, but I've tapped out of Peaky Blinders like 6 months ago. But a great one for you, because I called Bo a couple of weeks ago and he was watching this. State of Grace. Have you ever seen it?
I have not.
Oh, Sean Penn, Gary Oldman, Robin Wright. That's how Sean Penn and Robin Wright met. It is Irish mob. Very gritty, very good, and it's got a little St. Patrick's in it. So I highly recommend that one, State of Grace.
I'll have to check that out. And then the only other thing I've got on viewing menu today is not St. Patrick's Day related in any way, shape, or form. You can go to the AMC channel and get a good double feature. It's Goodfellas at 6 p.m. and then My Cousin Vinny at 9 p.m.
Oh, yeah, that's a great back-to-back.
And the next reel is out, or will be at 12 noon?
So I'm still working on the edit. It's been a longer one than normal, so I'm hoping to have it out by 1, or hopefully even before the end of the show. But I'm still working on it.
It was a 45-minute edition.
Okay, set your alerts. You'll know when anything drops up here. But if you got your alert set, you'll know when that drops. The next reel, post Oscar edition.
Yeah, we did.
Right?
We did that, but we also gave our 10 best each movies of 2025. We had duplication on 5, but we've got 15 fresh movies out there.
Wow.
And probably 5, 6, 7 hidden gems, because you had a couple that I haven't seen. I had a couple you hadn't seen.
Yeah, all in all, we talked about 20 to 25 different movies throughout yesterday's show. So a lot of clips to pull.
All right, so that's all out there for you. Before we get to our 4 downs today, the show being brought to you by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Their website is urologycentersalabama.com. And if you're ready for the ultimate excuse to kick back, relax, and enjoy the biggest games this March, schedule your vasectomy now at Urology Centers of Alabama and recover just in time to catch every buzzer beater from the comfort of your own couch. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the perfect excuse for a few days of relaxation. Call 205-930-0920 or visit urologycentersalabama.com to book your appointment today. Urology Centers of Alabama, your health, your game plan. And before you tell us about 4 downs, Brownie, back to the pink slip I gave you, projecting the...
Oh, we there?
We're not there yet, but DTF's the person that did the murder. I think it took a turn into my way this past week.
I will tell you, Linda Cardinelli plays the biggest See You Next Tuesday. Boy, she is evil. The show has gotten a little too weird for me. It's still really good, but man, it's gotten out there.
Okay, but you still feel good.
I think Brown would absolutely hate this show.
I've got it hidden away right here. You still feel good about it. You feel better about it now.
I actually think it took a turn my direction.
That was after episode 1. You gave me that sheet of paper, if I remember.
Yes, I'm midway through episode 1. It is my sixth sense in your world. This is my sixth sense.
I think
if I end up nailing this one, this will be amazing.
Peter Skarsgård, who is married to Maggie Gyllenhaal, who you don't like. He's a very good actor. He plays gay really, really, really well. He does.
All right, I've still got it. Lance did not submit. You submitted.
But I think he's got some involvement.
Okay.
I don't know if you agree. The guy that
Modern
met him,
Love?
the guy that met him in the booth, and he had the Derek Carr. I think he's involved.
Modern Love. That was his.
Was that his?
That's
Okay.
his DTF handle.
Wow.
Would you go more Tiger?
More Tiger.
4 downs presented by Central
It's
Alabama.
my favorite. What's the ice thing that comes by your neighborhood?
Oh, Tiger Blood.
Yeah, I like the
Tiger Blood's good.
I like the Tiger Blood. Yeah.
Yeah. Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction brings you 4 downs every day. They are in Tuscaloosa, but they serve all over the place. And in fact, when you're going down the road and you see these major state of Alabama federal government municipal roadway projects, there's a chance you are seeing Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction. They do a ton of those, and it may tell you, well, they can't do my smaller job, and that's where you're wrong. They've got an entire division dedicated to the smaller jobs, like driveways, parking pads, parking lots for a community center, a store, or a church. They can do those as well. Same crews, same quality, same no excuse standards. Central Alabama Asphalt. Here's their number to get an estimate, 205-349-0910, 205-349-0910, or centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
Rob Lowe, 62 years old today. Better career, Rob Lowe or Rob Snyder?
Well, I just watched the Nepo series on Netflix where he basically created it so his son could get a gig. Unstable, maybe, is the name of it. It is a quirky comedy. Not fantastic. 2 seasons. I think it's called Unstable.
Yeah, you nailed that.
Yep. And it's his son is like co-star with him. And I don't know if his son's been in anything before this.
Yeah,
and was not a great actor in this as well.
Did not realize that.
Yeah. Who's the Rob Lowe is one of my favorite of all time. I love Rob.
I'll go Rob Lowe. Yeah.
Rob Lowe's son was in Christmas at the Plaza on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is if we were going net worth here, I bet Rob Snyder's got a bigger net worth.
Oh, yeah, he's in all the Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, Rob Lowe's
here. I don't think Rob Snyder's ever done anything funny.
No, he hasn't. Rob Lowe's the much better actor.
Yeah,
I mean,
Rob Lowe, his movies, but also on Parks and Rec and West Wing, 2 of my favorite shows of all time. Rob Lowe, easy for me.
So you guys didn't like Deuce Bigelow?
You know, I did not.
Oh, no.
Never wasted my time with it.
Second down.
In fact, the vast majority of the Saturday Night Live skit adaptations to movies I've hated. I don't know how many of those have gotten right.
I don't know if there's any that are good.
Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers.
I didn't like the Blues Brothers, but I'm in the minority.
I didn't love it. Tommy Boy was sort of.
But was that a adaptation?
It wasn't an adaptation.
Yeah, that was a character created.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot like a lot of Farley characters that were on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, what were some other ones? Ladies Man. I mean, I haven't seen most of them. I hadn't seen
Coneheads.
Ladies Man.
Now
Wayne's World. I'll say Wayne's World was good.
Never saw it.
See, I didn't like Wayne's World.
Night at the Roxbury. I mean, I didn't watch it. I can't imagine that was good.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Okay, Mia Hamm, 54 years old. Better career, Mia Hamm or Brody Croyle?
Oh, Mia Hamm.
Not even close.
Yeah,
not even close.
Yeah, how do you combine those two?
Greatest women's soccer player of all time.
I don't think he won a start, did he, in the NFL?
I mean, maybe not, but he played in the NFL.
Well, he did, but a lot of people played the NFL.
Hamm was captain of the women's national team.
Yeah. I mean,
NFL. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but we're.
And he won did he not win an SEC championship?
No. Not at Alabama, he didn't. I don't know why I had to point out Alabama. He couldn't have done anywhere else.
I think he was 0-10 as a starter.
Yeah.
0-11 as a starter.
Yep.
But Mia Hamm.
0-10, Jim.
0-10. Yeah. But
He
Mia
started
Hamm.
10 NFL games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could go. I'm trying to think of how far back of Alabama quarterbacks you have to go to beat Mia Hamm.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Well, it's not far back. Bryce Young.
I mean, in his 10 NFL starts, much more people saw those 10 NFL starts than any of her starts.
That is not true. That is not true.
Yeah, I don't know if that is true.
Lance,
I would argue that
the sellout at the Rose Bowl where Brandi Chastain took her jersey off after the game-winning goal was one of the most watched sporting events that year.
Yeah.
I would argue
I
that
think
women's...
most people there were probably drinking a beer and just enjoying the sun.
No, this was on ABC. It was the most
I
watched.
remember because I had freaking China in that game.
Oh, anti-American. Yes.
Typical.
Boo.
Yeah.
I think...
Does TSA let you fly?
Women's soccer is as healthy as it is now because of Mia Hamm.
I agree.
Right. Alabama native Mia Hamm, by the way.
Yes.
She was in the state for about 9 minutes.
They drove
just
through.
for them to slap that bottom and make her cry and she left state.
Send her home.
Third down.
Kurt Russell, 75 years old today.
I mean, give me a bad Russell here because the first 2 have been slam dunks for me.
You wouldn't go Mia Hamm over Kurt Russell.
No. The first 2, 1 and 2.
Kurt Russell, Bill Russell.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to go really, really low, but Kurt Russell, best movie or favorite movie for you guys?
I'll give you one that is an underrated movie. Is the oil Derek movie he did with the oil rig movie he did with Mark Wahlberg. What is the name of that?
Ocean's 11.
No, Deep Horizon. Deep Horizon.
Deepwater Horizon.
Deepwater Horizon. That's a better movie than you would think it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I stumbled into it and liked it.
Overboard.
I liked Overboard. I would put Hateful Eight in there. I would put my favorite is probably The Thing.
That's my favorite as well.
I know most people are probably going to say Tombstone, but it was it was good, but.
No, Tombstone's amazing. It's just Kurt Russell was probably the weakest part of Tombstone.
Yeah, I'd
Wouldn't
go
you say?
with Kurt Russell in Big Trouble in Little China over Kurt Russell in Tombstone.
Oh, okay, that's a great movie.
I would go Reno Hightower, Best of Times, with him and Robin Williams. When he puts the white cleats on at halftime, leads them back.
The fact that he and Goldie Hawn still together. Have you ever seen them talk about their relationship?
Oh, yeah. And, they never got married.
Never got married, but, spiritually they're married. And Kate Hudson talked about what everybody needs a Kurt in their life. I don't think that's her biological dad, right?
No.
Yeah.
He seems like a really, really, would be a fun guy to hang out with. Just a good dude.
Yeah, seems like a really good dude. So I like him.
So, yeah, there's a lot of different Kurt Russell, really, really good movies out there. But I'll go
Fourth down.
This is kind of weird, but most amazing thing you guys have seen this March. Just randomly. As you think about it, I'm going to throw mine out.
Wow, that's crazy.
Not in sports, just anything.
Yeah, $7.99 lobster tails at Golden Corral. They're advertising this, and I'm like, first of all, how did they even get into that space of the lobster tail? Who in the hell is rolling to Golden Corral to spend $7.99 on a lobster tail?
Can I stick it in the chocolate fountain?
Yeah.
For an extra $2.99.
And how many lobsters are in the ocean if it's to the Golden Corral?
Oh, yeah. Is it really lobster?
The lobsters are back, baby.
Yeah.
Those are clone lobsters.
They're
or
not
something.
endangered if they're to the Golden Corral.
But that blew me away. They're come in and get the $7.99 lobster tail.
Listen, the fact that Italy lost last night in the semifinals is only my silver medal. When I can go to church on Sunday morning and the pastor can joke about the traffic, not going to give a free plug, but the traffic.
It's insane.
To get chicken fingers that are not free on 280 when you're disrupting traffic and you got to have 3 off-duty sheriffs directing traffic through your drive-through. It's mind-boggling to me.
And are people waiting in line?
Yes.
Oh, LT, have you not driven by there?
I've driven by there, but I saw a bunch of people, but
no, they're waiting line.
It is traffic. It's shutting down one lane on 280. The traffic to get in and out.
But
10:30 at night. 10:30 at night.
How long would you have to wait for free chicken
They're
fingers?
not free.
They're
not
paying.
free. They're paying full price.
They're waiting
They've
in
never
line
been
to pay.
free.
I haven't even gone to Walmart because the traffic down that way is so bad.
I was going to church. Our church is past that. From my house to there. 11 a.m. service. At 10:41, they didn't open a Sunday till 11 o'clock. The line is back onto 280, waiting for it to open.
20 minutes before open.
Sitting in the drive-through line, waiting for it to open. 2 lanes deep.
Do not understand it.
And as one person says, you just go up the road, you get the same thing right now. It's been there forever.
I tell that story all the time when we brought it up first, and Lance was like, "I've never had their chicken fingers." Like, yeah, you have. You've had their chicken fingers.
Was the sauce that good?
It's the same sauce.
You've had their sauce too.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and tell you.
Hey. But I would love for them to be a great sponsor.
One day they'll be a sponsor. Boy, it'll be a different story then. Craziest thing in March. It's not. I saw this happen. I burned my toe grilling.
Wait, you don't grill barefoot, do you?
I did, which turned out to be a mistake.
Yeah.
I grilled barefoot all the time.
Yeah, well, there's issues with that.
Would you put your feet on the grill? What'd you do? How did you burn it?
Boy, I would never grill barefoot. That just seems too risky.
It is. I will never do it again. I started with a clean. I had not used my grill in a minute, so I started with a clean burn where I put the charcoal in and get it over 1,000 degrees just to burn the bad stuff off, right? And then once that burned down a little bit, I had to the charcoal. I had to what am I trying to say? I can't talk.
You basically stirred it up.
Yeah, sir. So it wouldn't be a big flame. So I put the pork chops on, and apparently a ember jumped out when I did that, and I stepped on it, and it embedded itself. I mean,
I don't want to see it. Don't take it off.
No, I'm not taking my shoe off. It embedded right into my big toe, and it's about that big. And when
a blister?
Oh, it's a massive blister.
Oh my!
I mean, it got right into my big toe, and then I had to swat it off, but it's already blistered. So I go and get an ice cube, and I keep my big toe on the ice cube.
Oh no, it's the worst thing you do. You don't put an ice cube on it.
What do you put on it?
You put butter or something. You don't put an ice cube.
I want an ice cube.
No, that's the worst thing you could do.
Clearly.
Like the first thing, like dry ice would have been the worst thing. Next thing would be ice.
Okay, best thing
so I burned my
ice on a burn?
Best thing.
It made it cool off. I thought that's what you did.
No.
Butter. My grandmom would put, not my grandmom, but I heard of grandmoms putting. My grandmom did not dip snuff, but snuff like on a bite.
Feasting, yeah, but not on a burn.
Butter on a burn.
Afterward, apply aloe vera gel or thin layer of antibiotic ointment, petroleum jelly.
Yeah.
Never use ice, butter, or a greasy ointment.
Both wrong. No ice, no butter.
I've used mustard on a burn before.
Yeah, mustard's not bad. I've heard of that.
Yeah. I'll go butter. At least it smells better.
Yeah, ice or water. Here we go. Ice or water can cause further damage to the tissue.
Yeah.
Butter can trap heat and cause infection.
Boy, it burned the you-know-what out of my toe.
It eased the pain, though. The butter eased
It did.
the pain.
Yeah, well, the ice did, too.
That is one of the worst things
I mean,
in the world,
it's a blister
man.
about that big on
It's
my
a burn.
right on the bottom of your big toe. Do you know how often your big toe hits the ground?
No,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
And
All right, that's our 4 downs today, right? That was 4 of them. Lanceslock.com. You can play in games tonight. The first one is UMBC and Howard at 6. Then Texas and NC State, 8:15 True TV. That's a tough game to pick tonight. My Kalshi position tonight is probably with NC State.
That's who I
Stayed
picked.
away from that game. I do have a side on UMBC and Howard. That is up and available with 2 NBA plays tonight, and our package is rolled out. It is available right now at lanceslog.com. $150 gets you every play, not only in the NCAA tournament, also the NIT. Jump on board and win with us. Great track record right there in the NCAA tournament. We started off with a winner tonight in that play-in game. We will have Big 7-star coming up on Thursday. Jump on board. Win with us at lanceslog.com. Always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Whether you experience plumbing, heating, cooling, any of those issues, home or business, they're ready to serve you. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation states that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the next round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20. Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Birmingham's fastest party returns to Barber Motorsports Park March 27th through 29th. Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, powered by AmFirst Experience. 3 days of high-speed action featuring the fastest drivers in the world from the IndyCar Series. Enjoy the Kids Zone, food trucks, beer garden, fan zone, and more. The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. Kids 15 and under get in free. Get your tickets now.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
This hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's. Another example of people not getting my sense of humor. In a second, Champy's is always a great place to go for good laughs, though. You can go in there and hang out for a happy hour at the bar. Just great people there. Same location in Alabaster, the one we talk about on the show, is owned by Sterling for over a decade in that great location on Highway 119. Just off I-65 and Highway 31 in Alabaster. Go by and see him. Great fried chicken, hand-cut chicken fingers, the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, in-house made sides, in-house made desserts, caramel cake, key lime pie. It's almost key lime pie time. Oh, it's also good. Champy's Chicken right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster.
I met a gentleman. He was a father of one of the girls playing against my daughter in their soccer game Saturday, and they're from Alabaster. And I asked him, and he loves the show, big LSU fan. And he mentioned that they go to Champy's. I said, have you talked to Sterling yet? He goes, no. I said, no, man. He's a Bama fan. I said, but y'all can sit there and talk Bama LSU the entire time you're eating. He'll love that. So that's the type of place it is.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So there's a person that walks up and down our hallway, gets in her steps, and makes a phone call.
She's always on AirPods. And she's talking out loud, walks our hallways. You've seen her, right?
So I'm right.
Does she smell like smoke?
No.
I'm right behind her. She's walking towards the bathroom I'm choosing to go to for her, and she's in between calls. She stops a phone call, and then she's about to make another one, and I just jokingly say, I'll have the transcript from the first call waiting on your desk when you get back. And I sort of give a smile.
She gave you nothing.
Mean look, no answer. And then
she wasn't amused by that?
She was not. I thought it was a funny line.
Very loud phone calls, too. Like, she's not.
You can hear everything.
Yeah, she doesn't whisper. And they seem to be serious subject matter, or she looks serious when she's on them.
Tyler, you're over honest with me because you don't like me. That was not a good joke, not a good line.
No, I like that because she, like Brown said, is always talking about something serious or speaking in a serious tone. Yeah. But walking down the hallway for anybody to hear in any of the offices up here.
Well, then we should be able to interject at any point. Yeah.
I'll have the transcript of that call waiting on your desk when you get back in the office. I thought it was a great line.
That's a good line.
Maybe it's because I had my glasses on. She couldn't see I was joking.
Well, you smiled at her. And
I did smile, and she did not smile back. That's the story of my life. I'm being funny. It's not serious to me. I don't care if you're talking about somebody's biopsy at 217 Summerall Drive or anything like that.
No, I don't care at all. I really don't care.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it doesn't bother me at all.
That was pretty specific.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's bad form.
Wow.
All right, let's talk about the NCAA tournament. We haven't done that a lot. By the way, you can see in the corner of our screen right here, as I cue it. First time it hasn't been up the whole show.
The one time you bring it up is the one time Scott.
Well, Jim, when I'm using that window for Tyler's shot, it's not up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the show up, we've had the Kalshi graphic, and you can go play in our Kalshi bracket challenge that will give away to a perfect bracket, Brown. How much? I want to get the wording right here.
A perfect bracket, Jim. $1 billion. That's a billion with a B, folks. $1 billion if you hit a perfect bracket. Now, we've done these over the years. I'm not taking a shot at anybody because we've done them the $1 million perfect bracket challenge, where if you get a perfect bracket, you win $1 million. This one, Lance, is giving you $1 million if you're the best bracket. It's $1 billion for a perfect bracket, but $1 million if you're the best bracket. If there is a tie, that $1 million is split among those tied.
So if there are 8 people tied, we split it 8 ways.
$1 million divided by 8.
Yeah, I would take that.
I would take anything.
In a heartbeat.
1 entry per person. You've got to be 18 plus. It is legally available in all 50 states. It's free to enter too.
That's right. It is free. That's the thing we need to point out. This is somebody. Jim was talking about, trying to build people, put people in the league, and somebody was like, what about going to church? Hey, it's free. It's not a gamble. I mean, if you got a thing against gambling at church, this is free.
Just take a shot.
Yeah, it's free. Code TNR for the Kalshi $1 billion bracket giveaway, the perfect bracket giveaway, code TNR. That's where our brackets will live, and that's our bracket challenge with you at Kalshi. $1 billion on the line.
Before we get into the bracket, Darius Acuff one and done at Arkansas. And Arkansas could be a fun team to watch. I mean, they could be national championship good. I'm just saying this.
They drew a lot of money last night as a 4 seed.
Darius Acuff, best SEC guard since. I'll give you no time to think about
Walter
this.
Clayton Jr. is better than Acuff? Question mark?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
he was great, but he's not better than
more
Acuff.
impactful. I mean, unless Acuff, pulls Carmelo Anthony and leads them to a national championship.
But he's the best since Walter Clayton Jr. I mean, Walter Clayton Jr. was the best SEC guard since who?
Acuff's better than Walter Clayton
Okay, but
Jr.
I'm saying if you'd have done this last year, you could have said, okay, Walter Clayton Jr. is the best SEC guard since, and I don't know how far. John Wall, do we go back that far?
SGA was after.
SGA, okay. So do we go back to SGA?
But was he that good at Kentucky, or is he that good in the
he's
NBA?
that good in the NBA.
Yeah, John Wall was that good at Kentucky, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
He was. They were 30. That was the 31-0 team, right, John Wall?
That was a dang good team.
Is that right?
Yeah. John Wall was fantastic.
Until they lost to Wisconsin.
Well, no, I mean, John Wall was with Anthony Davis. They actually won the national championship.
Okay, so they won it. Okay. This guy's good. He's getting a lot of, as the stories I'm reading, same guy pops up twice, Kyrie Irving. Do you get that from Darius Acuff, Kyrie Irving?
I mean, the thing is, though, that Kyrie Irving played 6 games at Duke.
You never saw him in college.
No.
So, I mean, it's NBA Kyrie Irving you're going against.
Yeah, I don't know if Acuff is going to end up being that good.
Who's the other one?
He could be.
No, both comparisons, 2 different stories, 2 different people, 2 different organizations.
Both went at
said
Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie Irving. I don't know. He's good, man. And those other parts around him are they seem to be getting better every week.
It is so funny. I'm with Lance. We talk about Arkansas in these terms, and Ole Miss had them in overtime. Double overtime, in fact, right?
Auburn
Double
beat them by
overtime.
20.
I know. I mean, it's Alabama beat them, but it was in a track
classic.
meet, a
Yeah.
classic track meet. But Ole Miss, who was not even sniffing the NCAA tournament, just Saturday had them in overtime, and A.J. Storr had an incredible look. And I do wonder if Storr knocks that down. Are we talking about Arkansas in these terms? If that shot, instead of hitting the rim, hits the net, are we even talking about Arkansas like this?
I'm going on to telling you, I'm having Florida winning this thing. I'll go on and tell you guys. I don't know if you filled out your brackets or not, but you heard Clay. There's so many people that are scared of Florida now because they lost to Vanderbilt. I mean, I don't think you can take that one game sample. Look, I mean, it's a one and done situation moving forward.
I've said, and I'm sticking with this. I've seen Gary Parrish and Matt Norlander both have Houston winning the national championship. And I'm sticking with 2 things I've said all year long. This is the worst Houston team, still really good, the worst Houston team in the last couple of years for Kevin Sampson.
They're going to make a run, though.
They've been really good. They can make a run. I don't think they're national championship good. And I'm sticking with that Florida's guards are not good enough to win this thing. So,
well, if they don't win it, it will be because of guard play.
And I just don't think they're
And the problem is it would be Houston that beats them, in my opinion. So one of those two is going to get to the Final Four and see what happens after that.
Yeah, but, Florida has to play in Houston as well. Tricky game if Nebraska survives Troy and Vanderbilt. Nebraska, Florida. Nebraska plays good enough defense.
And they got a great coach. I mean, now Todd Golden's a better coach than the mayor.
But that's asking a lot for Nebraska to win their first ever tournament game this year. by beating Troy and then
go to the Elite Eight,
then win again,
Yeah.
and then upset Florida.
Yeah, I mean, that's a heck of a coaching matchup, though, wouldn't you say? If you get that matchup,
yeah.
Todd Golden
Yep.
versus the Mayor, I mean, that's an incredible coaching matchup. But Nebraska's tournament history is a lot for me to overcome in my mind, to your point, Dunaway.
A couple of upsets. I want to know what you guys think of these. Let's go South Florida first. Brian Hodgson, who with roots at Alabama, with Nate Oats at Buffalo. He's being mentioned already, being courted by Syracuse and Providence. We don't know what other jobs will open up, but he is target number 1, it looks like, for Syracuse and Providence. Wes Ennis actually said yesterday, go ahead and write it down, I think we're better than Louisville is.
I like that attitude.
Yeah, I think we're the better team.
As well.
Louisville's 4-4 in their last 8 games. And my question, LT, are you going to get any or part-time Mikael Brown? Is he going to play in this? Because if he doesn't play, I do like South Florida.
But when he plays, it's a different Louisville team altogether. And you look at back to South Florida. I rode them in the American tournament, and Wes Ennis is a really good player. You know, South Florida's got 5 guys that average in double figures. So it is a really good South Florida team. It was interesting if they would have lost to Wichita State. They weren't getting in this bracket.
Because they're at 12.
Yeah, at 15-3 in conference. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it shows you the American is still a one-bid league. They're only a 5.5-point underdog to Louisville.
Yeah.
I just think this has become a really sexy, trendy
It
11
has.
over a 6.
Yeah, I like Louisville. I'm going to stick with Louisville. Mikael Brown worries me a little bit, but I'm just going to go in confidence that he's going to play. I mean, he and Darren Peterson, right? Those are the two you wonder about as far as a singular player, how much you're getting out of them and how much better their team is potentially if you do get, 30, 40 minutes out of them. I think Mikael Brown's going to play, and I think Louisville's going to win this game over South Florida. I'm like Lance. It's almost the one that too many people are talking about.
I've got a Kalen DeBoer, Dan Lanning situation for you. I don't know if you paid it. I know you guys are. You study, but if you're watching or listening, Santa Clara over UK.
I've got Santa Clara.
I do too.
Santa Clara's won 13 of 16. Kentucky's 8-12 versus NCAA tournament teams. But here's the stat: Herb Sendek is 3-1 against Mark Pope when Sendek is at Santa Clara and Mark Pope was at BYU. They met 4 times, and Sendek's Santa Clara team was 3-1 against Mark Pope's BYU team.
I didn't know that, but, we did our Alabama News Center for Alabama Power yesterday, and you asked us for one pick, and I said Santa Clara. It's a team that they've got 9 guys that play 12-plus minutes. They beat St. Mary's twice. They beat McNeese by double digits, and they're playing with a ton of confidence right now.
It's interesting, and this helps Gonzaga. I don't know if you guys know this trend, but it might be no team in the expanded conference. This has to be expanded NCAA tournament, I should say. No team whose conference has put in less than 3 teams has ever won the national championship, if I've got that right. It's some stat like that. I'll double-check it. And for years, Gonzaga was fighting against that stat, but this is the one year their conference has 3 in.
Wow.
So it probably affects Gonzaga more than anyone if you believe that stat has any merit to it at all. But with St. Mary's, Santa Clara, and Gonzaga all in for that conference, the one thing it does show you, that conference was better this year than it's ever been. I like Santa Clara over Kentucky, too. I think it's a bad loss for Mark Pope, obviously.
Yeah. By the way, VCU is coached by Phil Martelli Jr., very familiar name. His dad's a great coach.
Yeah, well, St. Joe's coach had him as a 1 seed.
Yep. VCU, North Carolina, Caleb Wilson's injury. They need Seth Trimble to be good, and they're really counting on former Alabama player Jaron Stevenson now to provide a little bit more offense. He had some in Alabama's Final Four run. He had some big tournament games offensively, but if you watched him last year in Tuscaloosa, he struggled offensively. Caleb Wilson, is he out for the tournament? Is he questionable for this game? Where are we on Caleb Wilson?
Caleb Wilson, and it's one of those situations, and I heard somebody talk about this earlier, and I agree with it. Like North Carolina, with a healthy Caleb Wilson the entire year, would probably be a 2 or a 3. And they're sitting there as a 6, and they're only a 2.5-point favorite in this game. You can't trust them without Wilson.
That's right.
I think if you want to go upset here, which I've done, I've taken VCU, I think it's a pretty safe play because I don't see either one of those teams getting past Illinois in the next round.
I agree with
assuming you like Illinois over Penn, which I do.
The Fighting Balkans.
Yeah.
I don't like that Illinois team, though.
You don't? I don't.
I mean, they've got great offense. They've got an absolute stud freshman, but like the defense is, I don't know. Every time I've given out Illinois this year, I get burned.
You get burned?
Yep.
They are defense optional for sure. I don't know much about High Point. A lot of people are sexy on High Point. And then there's McNeese State. We mentioned it yesterday. Apparently Larry Johnson is the real deal. 17.5 points a game, and their defense is what they're known for. Defense travels. You said it yesterday, Brown. McNeese is a team that was a sexy upset pick last year. Maybe everybody just missed it by a year.
Everybody was on them last year when Will Wade was the coach, and they were a one-loss team. Now, I will be honest with you guys. I talked about that, and I did it in our Alabama News Center update, but I did not pull the trigger on it. I went Vandy here. I've got 112.5, and it is not that one. You just wonder, though, with everybody focused on McNeese last year, and then this year maybe they're a little bit more under the radar. Those things shouldn't matter, but it seems like, Lance has taught me this over the years, those things have a way of mattering. When all the public's on one team, it's generally bad news for them, but then when they forget about them the next year, that's when they spring the upset. It shouldn't matter, but it does a lot.
But you look at this McNeese team, they're catching 11.5. I mean, it's still a big number with Vanderbilt.
It's a large number.
Yeah.
It is.
There again, I think people, Vandy made the run to the conference tournament championship game. I think a lot of people probably feel differently about them because of that. I've got Nebraska coming out of that part of the region right there anyway, so I think Nebraska's the one that advances out of there. That McNeese does worry me. That's not where I want my 12-5, though.
Some more tournament conversation after we remind you the show being brought to you by our friends at CPAP Plus. Tell us about CPAP Plus.
The O'Neill brothers making sure that you get that proper amount of sleep every single night. You got to get that 8+ hours. Our friends at CPAP Plus and O'Neill Medical, 5 locations throughout the state of Alabama. Stop by today. You're going to find the best service and equipment all in stock, ready for you. 3 locations right here in Birmingham, Pelham, Highway 280, and Trustful. If you're looking for the best CPAP gear with personal service you can trust, stop in. Hundreds of 5-star Google reviews. Trust CPAP Plus for all of your CPAP needs. CPAP Plus, where every night matters. For more information, o'neillmed.com. That is ONEAL med.com.
Okay, what else have we not talked about that you want to talk about in the tournament? What is what's on the top of your mind?
How many teams can win this tournament?
That's a good question.
Well, I hate that Jim won't be here for it, but
I'm in the middle of a snake draft right now with 8 guys, and I got the 3rd overall pick, and I wanted 1 or 2. There are 2 teams that I believe will win this tournament.
Okay, a couple of facts from last year. Seeds 13 through 16, the major upsets, were 0 for the tournament last year. Nobody 11 seeds or higher, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, made it to the Sweet 16. So now we've eliminated all of them. It was all 1s last year. The odds are good that all 1s make it back again this year. Then you start going. No, I'm just saying that's where the betting odds are.
Oh, okay.
Then you go to the 2s. Getting off the 2 line. After that, I don't see anybody off the 2 line that can win the national championship.
Well,
I'm down to 8.
Yeah, personally, I have 2 1s, a 2, and a 3 in my final 4.
Wait, you don't think anybody on the 2 line can win it?
I don't think anybody below the 2 line.
Oh,
so no 3s,
yeah.
4s, 5s, 6s. And
oh, see, I don't know if I agree with that.
I got 2 1s.
That's what we're doing. Tell me the 3s.
I got 2 1s, a 3, and a 2. Now, I've got the 2 1s playing for the national championship. What I was going to say just real quick is I'm going to try to get with Brooks after the show to see if we can pull this off. And somebody was asking for it in the chat. The eliminator that I've done every year, I don't come up with this. I'm getting it from a bunch of other people. But the Ken Palm offense, the week 6 AP poll, the eliminator thing, I'm going to try to do that on tomorrow's show if we can pull it off the way I think we can. And that eliminates you down to teams that historically meet all the criteria of every national championship winner of the last 30 years or something like that. And it is a very small number. I'll go ahead and tell you, I've already run the numbers on it. But it's only like 5 or 6 teams.
Are there any that can play their way into the window? Because remember that stat counts playing into the window.
That's only one of the stats, Jim. So basically that stat is teams that enter the tournament, and Ken Palm's top 37 and 57 offense and defensive efficiency. Then every team that has won it has finished in the top 25 and top 40 of those 2. Top 25 defense, top 40 offense. So they play their way into that during the tournament. So it's where they've entered the NCAA tournament. So it's going to be a bigger window. But there's a lot of things that we'll look at on the Eliminator tomorrow if I can pull this off. But it gets it down to a very small number of teams. Like, I think there's probably only, I'll tell you how many it is. Hang on, I'll tell you. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, by the way, the threes are Michigan State, Gonzaga, Virginia, and Illinois. You think one of those could win the national championship?
No, my favorite 3 is Gonzaga. Again, I'm a little concerned based on this doesn't – like early in the season now until Gonzaga met Michigan and then got their doors blown off. I thought this Gonzaga team was really, really good. I do think Gonzaga can make a little bit of noise. I don't like the other 3s at all.
Yeah. 6 is what I'll come down to tomorrow. I'll have 6 that can win it. I don't want to tip my hand on who the 6 are. I want a little suspense in that. But
I didn't. I was just saying win a national championship.
Yeah.
You asked me how many.
Yeah.
I can't go more than 8 to win a national championship. So you think Gonzaga is the 1-3 that could win it?
I have got one out there that is a little deeper, but I don't want to throw it out because I got these dummies that are stalling on this draft.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you guys in break, and I feel actually really good about them. Tough draw, but
okay. Interesting. Don't forget the bracket challenge. You can play it with us and maybe walk away with $1 billion. But somebody's winning some cash, right?
Yeah, I mean, the best bracket in there takes home $1 million if there's a tie.
Not in our group.
Not in our group, in all of Calci.
Yeah.
All of Calci, best bracket takes on $1 million. I don't know anywhere else you can get that, where you enter a free bracket and the prize is $1 million. I've never seen it in my life.
Yeah, I've never seen the $1 billion.
No.
I remember Warren Buffett brought this up in 2014. Calci is making it a reality. $1 billion for the perfect bracket. Got to be 18 plus, available in all 50 states. Jump on board and win.
Code TNR when you jump on, so you're in our group. And that lets them know we sent you there. That helps us a lot, so please do that. Code TNR. It is absolutely free.
Just clarifying, because I got a text.
Yeah.
When you're in our group, that doesn't mean somebody in our group is winning $1 million.
The $1 million comes from all of Calci.
All of Calci, yes.
Yeah, you're playing our group just for bragging rights in our group. You're playing for the $1 million or the $1 billion. At Calci, they're also giving away $1 million to charity. So $1 million to the winner/winners split up, and $1 million to charity. So $2 million going out. So that's amazing. Code TNR at Calci.com or the Calci app. It is absolutely free. Now you got to register so they can keep up with you, but it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything to get into this. I've never seen a deal like this, never, where you don't have to pay anything to enter, and you're going to win $1 million. Potentially.
One more thing this segment. Tell us about Michelson Laser Vision LT.
Yeah, make the phone call that I made back in 2003. Dr. Mark Michelson, the first to perform the LASIK procedure in the state of Alabama back in 1995. If you're wearing the contacts or glasses, you're wasting money each and every year. I'm speaking from experience. Call today, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy Toe. The next round sent you. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
Okay, don't put up the graphic yet for us. I'm going to let them guess real quickly. But there was a reporter that sent a Freedom of Information request to every Division I basketball school for their budget, how much money they spend on college basketball, men's college basketball.
Do you think they're transparent? Let me ask you that first. I mean,
yeah,
after you looked at this.
It has to be.
Okay.
This isn't NIL money. This is the money they spend to run the program.
So we got receipts.
Yeah, it's the money to run the program. This is tax documents and all that. There's a ranking in the SEC. If I asked you, Brownie LT, who spends the most money in basketball in the SEC, you would
Kentucky.
say
It's got to be Kentucky.
Kentucky, you both would say. Who's second, you'd say?
Arkansas.
Arkansas for Brown.
I think I'm going to go Florida coming off a national championship.
Florida for LT. If I said third, we'll go 5 deep here.
Third. Once we get past Arkansas, or in my mind, past Arkansas, I will go third is Texas.
Texas. What about you, LT? You've got Kentucky, Florida so far.
I would go Arkansas third.
Okay. Who's fourth?
I will go
LT and Brown.
I wish I was fourth. I'll go Tennessee.
Tennessee fourth for Brown.
I'll go Alabama fourth.
Alabama fourth for LT.
And then I'll go Florida fifth.
Florida fifth. And you fifth, LT?
I think I will go at the 5 spot.
Now, this is not NIL. This is just operating budget.
He's got Texas.
Yeah.
You don't have Texas yet.
Yeah, I was probably going to go Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not NIL. This is what they spend on their budget of basketball programs from the Freedom of Information Act. Here is the SEC schools. Tennessee is 1 at 23.1 something million. Texas is 2, 22 point something. Arkansas 21. Kentucky's 4th at 20 million, virtually the same as Auburn, who's 5th. Then Ole Miss, and then Alabama at 15 and some change. Alabama 7th on that list. Tennessee 23. Bang for your buck in Tuscaloosa. And what's those? Those are national numbers. So Tennessee's got the number 2 budget in the country.
Stunning.
Number 4 for Texas, number 6 for Arkansas, 8 for Kentucky, 9 for Auburn. Auburn has the 9th largest basketball budget in the country.
Florida's not on there.
Well, that's what I was
Florida
gonna say.
did not reply.
Oh, they didn't reply.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are the ones that responded.
Gotcha. I was about to say.
I was going to say, if Todd Golden, maybe this is where they get him back for the article in the Alligator last year.
If Todd Golden's doing this, spending less than Georgia, I don't know how.
These are the ones that responded.
Okay.
Florida chose not to respond.
All right. Freedom of information, by the way.
Yeah.
So just one takeaway from this. Well, first of all, how Kentucky's not number 1 is stunning to me. We talked
surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. We talked a couple of weeks ago. If Rick Barnes chose to retire, how appealing is that job? Does that change your opinion of it right there?
Yeah.
Knowing they're spending as much or more than anybody in the SEC right now?
That's probably, though, for the light bill at Thompson Bowling.
Yeah, it's a big arena. You got to heat and cool.
I mean,
right?
but to your point, that's as big as anybody in the country, your budget. Now,
anybody that responded.
You want the NIL. Now, see, if I'm Nate, okay, we got $15 million operating budget for our basketball program. I'm okay being, $8 million behind Tennessee if that $8 million is going to NIL, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm talking. Now I'm cooking with grease.
If 15 is just my staff and all the ancillary stuff, but then I've got another X amount that's NIL. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I downgrade my hotel stay a little bit. I'll stay at a 4-star, not a 5-star, if I can get an NIL.
So we had a bunch that didn't reply, obviously. And then the private schools wouldn't have to reply. You would assume Duke is bigger than Tennessee, right?
Gotta be.
I mean, I would say Duke and North Carolina are going to be in the top 5.
Kansas got to be bigger. They got to spend more than Tennessee.
Well, I mean, there's only one bigger than Tennessee.
But you're saying some didn't reply, and then the private schools obviously don't have to reply.
Based on Mick Cronin bitching and how much they travel.
There's no way UCLA's up there. Okay, if he bitches that much at UCLA,
I'm just talking about with the distances they have to travel. That's got to be factored in there, right?
The way Cronin talks, he's closer to Georgia than anybody.
Yeah, but would you guys not agree that, dollars and cents if you're traveling that far that many times?
Yeah, but it's wasted money.
Look down at the bottom. I mean, it's like, hey, Kirby, we found $10 million in the seat cushion. Give it to basketball. Just give it to basketball.
I mean, Mike White's actually doing quite well with that kind of budget, don't you think? I mean, he's got him in the 8-9 game with $10 million as his budget. Yeah. That's pretty good. It's thrifty shopping.
Freedom of information. Obviously, some people chose not to reply to that reporter in their FOI. All right, when we come back, we'll get to trash and a couple of other things going on. The show today being brought to you by our friends at our friends at you did New York Butcher, right?
Yep.
Hemphill, our friends at Hemphill. Tell us about that.
205-229-2090. It's cold right now, but it will be hot in the next few days. You need to make sure the AC is keeping up with this changing weather. Our friends at Hemphill Services, the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for any and all of these issues. 205-229-2090. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
And our friends with the Talladega Super Speedway. Go to their website, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com, to see information year-round about the track. But, of course, we're getting ready for the big spring race. Friday, April 24th through Sunday, April 26th, it's Jack Link's 500 weekend. Double header racing going on Saturday. You get the ARCA race, and you get the Manufactured Housing 200 ARCA race, the NASCAR O'Reilly Parts Series race, the Ag Pro 300, and then on Sunday it's the Jack Link's 500. Tickets to all of those days on the track at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. You can buy them right now at the website or call 877-GO-TO-DEGA. And don't forget to upgrade to the most immersive garage experience in NASCAR. Watch your favorite driver and his team work on the cars up close and personal. Get more information, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Looking for the ultimate weekend in Birmingham? The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix is back at Barber Motorsports Park, March 27th through 29th, bringing big energy, big crowds, and unforgettable moments. It's more than a race. It's a full day of excitement, family fun, food, music, and world-class competition, all set on one of the most beautiful venues in racing. The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix at Barber Motorsports Park. Get your tickets now.
Catch up on all of today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does.
Hell yeah, boys!
NASCAR weekend at Talladega Super Speedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
We were talking about that run Auburn went on to get to their first Final Four, the teams they beat to get there. Remember, it was all blue bloods, wasn't it? Like Kentucky, North Carolina.
Kansas, yeah, I mean, it was every blue blood there was.
Yeah, and St.
Just
John's
about.
sort of has that route this year. If they're going to get to a Final Four, who do they have to beat?
Well, that was the team that I brought up that I didn't want to, but I did get them on my second back around with my 14th overall pick. They're a 5 seed. I cannot believe they got buried with a 5. This is a team that won 28 games in the regular season. They were 18-2 in the Big East. They beat UConn 2 of 3 times. UConn is a 2 in the same region.
They lost to Alabama and Auburn.
And St. John's is sitting there as a 5. I don't get it. But if St. John's is to advance, they're going to have to beat a kind of a trendy Northern Iowa team as a 10.5-point favorite. Then they got to beat Kansas, Then if chalk plays out, it would be Kansas, Duke, and UConn to get to a Final Four.
That's the blue blood region, though. I mean, you got Duke in there, who's a blue blood. Kansas is a blue blood. I would call Louisville a blue blood.
Yeah.
UCLA, would you call them a blue blood?
Yeah.
They're in there.
Michigan
State, UConn. I mean, that is the blue blood region right there, man.
It is. And then if you get out of that region, more than likely it's Florida or Houston. Like an absolute murderer's row for St. John's. I mean, the deck is just so stacked against them. But I think if you would have, if you threw St. John's as a 4 where Alabama is, watch out.
Well, they still got to get through Michigan, though.
So St. St. John's over Northern Iowa, then Kansas, then Duke,
then UConn. If we're just playing
UConn, then Florida, and then either Arizona or Michigan. That's a path, man.
It's almost like it's tough to win a national championship.
Yeah, but that would be probably the greatest blue blood run of all time. Let's tell you what we're doing or thinking about doing for our bracket challenge, and then we'll get to trash. We've sort of settled on something we think is very interesting.
Now, there were 2 late additions here. Do we want to hear those out real quick?
Yeah.
All right, so can I just set the table on this before the complaining starts in the chat room that it's not tough? Listen, there's some people on social media in the chat room that unless we're getting beheaded at halftime of a game at Bryant-Denny, it's not punishment enough, right? So I get that. I think one thing I'd like people to understand here is one of the things we need to focus on this is the ability to create content out of this. Because you guys don't get the payoff if we just do something stupid and you don't get to see it, hear it, follow it. So we try to take that in consideration when we pick these things. Or what can Tyler and Scott and Brooks curate into good content for you guys to see us get punished? Okay, so understand that as we discuss these.
And after you hear these 2, we've got one at the end that thinks can be giving.
It's the leader in the clubhouse. It's the leader in the clubhouse that could give us a lot of content.
Good, but I mean, these are interesting. So one would be a short shot, but it would be very, very embarrassing.
Okay.
The loser has to wear a bathrobe for 24 hours, like wherever we go. So if you're doing the show on set, you got the bathrobe. If you're coming up in the elevator, if you're walking the halls here, we would have to make it where you're going to Publix for at least 20 or 30 minutes, DMV, different things like that.
Yeah.
But people would think you're absolutely crazy if you're walking around in a bathrobe.
They would think that. I'm not sure 24 hours is enough. I mean, I think if we really want to make this punishable.
Well, no, if we have destinations because like I lost something. It wasn't a bracket challenge, and I had to wear a raccoon skin hat. It was a Tennessee game, something.
You had to wear it on TV, didn't you?
And I wore it on TV that night in the 5, 6, and the 10. And it worked, but I didn't go to a restaurant. I didn't go out.
I don't think they'd let you in a restaurant. But
Daniel says people do this at Walmart daily, so don't include Walmart as part of it. We won't stand out.
Do we get to veto these?
Oh, Scott did not like the bathroom?
No,
Why?
No, I don't like this at all.
All right, so the typical chat room guys back there in the back. Yeah.
But I get to have my flipper,
I mean, just imagine watching a YouTube video of a guy walking around in a bathrobe. That's not exactly great content.
They would just think you're crazy.
Yes.
I like this next one a lot. So whoever loses, let's just say it's Brown, okay?
Okay.
Brown is the outright loser. Brown, how many interviews, how many Zooms do you do a year?
Zooms like interview Zooms?
Yeah.
We do pretty much one a day for 260 shows. Add a couple more. I'd say up to 300.
Outside of this arena, like where Nate's sitting right now, when you jump on somebody else's show or you jump on a meeting.
I do that a lot,
Yeah, at your house. Or we're doing other content with the 3 of us or from our offices at home.
Yeah.
So let's say Brown loses. I get to pick a prop, you get to pick a prop, and they're on his set every time for a year that he does this. So if I want a purple dildo on his set,
that's exactly what you were going to say too.
I think that would be incredible, and it's got to be kind of subtle, subliminal.
Yeah.
And so they're sitting wherever we put them on and you can't really say anything about it. You just go into the interview, whether it's business, it's on this content, it's somebody else's platform. Yeah. I think it would be comical.
It would be, but what exactly would happen here is it would be like the producer or the person. Hey, let's say Connor O'Gara. We were doing his podcast, which we've all done in the past. Connor would say, hey, before we start recording, you've got that purple thing. You need to take that down. That's what a lot of hosts would say.
True.
I
There's
thought
some of
it's
that,
got
yeah.
a suction cup.
Do you think we would say that if somebody came on our show?
Oh, no, we wouldn't. But
Yeah.
there would be some that'd
I
be
don't-
like,
I
hey,
don't know
you
if
know
they
you've
would.
got a sex toy in the background or something like that. I mean, it depends on what
But
it
it doesn't
is.
have to be a sex. I'm just saying, like, one interesting
It was
prop
literally
from
the
each
first
of
thing
us.
you
Yeah.
mentioned, though, so
Yeah.
it was on the front of your mind.
And I was going to run down to my car and get the pink gag ball and give it to him.
Yeah.
That would be the other thing.
But I think that would be a
That's pretty
really,
funny.
really good challenge because it lasts a year, and it could be, hey, look, by the way, I'm doing Conor O'Gara's podcast tomorrow.
That's right. You guys got to look, and you'll see,
You know, I do Chip Brown and Zay show
Yeah.
weekly.
I do know what I would have on yours.
Yeah.
I've already got Lance's in my mind. It'd be so
I mean,
good.
what does the back room think about that suggestion?
Horser?
I hate it a lot less than the first one.
I tell you, the one you guys love is not good. It's okay. I mean, I'm willing to do it. But it's got a lot of complications the more we talk it out. And by the way, for the record, I had somebody come over this past weekend and they were like, what are y'all doing for the bracket challenge? And I was like, I think it's run its course. I personally think we should tap out of it because I think we have done stuff that can never be
That's part of the
topped
problem.
before.
That is
Yeah.
part of the problem. Every time we discuss this, we're like, they are so good in the past. None of this lives up to what we've done in the past.
Yeah.
And we admit that, but it's not our fault. I mean, we were too good early.
Stand-up comedy was my best one.
Well, that was the best we've ever done, or the most difficult.
I think Brown getting on TV dressed as Bob Ross was good. I enjoyed your content, even though it was a nice daughter-father vacation. I enjoyed your content. You had the first ever probably tornado warning ever at Wrigley Field, and you talked to a witch.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is you guys just didn't send me far enough away because it was a pain in the ass. The train, Leighton was terrified of the bus. I can't tell you how many crackheads were on that bus.
Yeah.
The bus and the rental, it was a pain in the ass. It was a fun, good bonding experience for her and I. But if we would have gone further out west, it would have been more difficult. That was a great challenge. Alien Fest was really
Alien
good.
Fest was fun. First one we did on this, on this platform. I was still paying off a Jocks bet, but we had left Jocks, so I had to do it on this platform. I mean, that's part of the problem is any of these we mentioned, they do not match up to the stuff we've done in the past.
See, I didn't like Alien Fest. I didn't like.
You didn't?
You know, and I didn't like.
My God, that was a lot of work.
I didn't like the oyster one.
Eating the balls.
And we've documented we didn't like me running around shooting threes.
It's just
That was when we had weird suggestions. That was all
and
employees.
a lot of it is the stuff that's in. I mean, everything we discussed the other day was from the chat room, and I appreciate you guys submitting, but none of it lives up to the stuff
What
we've
about
done in the
this?
past.
What about a cage dive with sharks?
I'm going to pass on that one.
I don't swim, so that's
You're in a cage.
I know. So I just hold on to the cage and come up and down
underwater
with it.
content. We've never had underwater content.
I would not have my fingers outside
That's
the cage.
true.
If you're
There's going to be some difficulties in
that's right.
the
Gotta film that
logistics
somehow.
there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you guys want to throw out what we
So
were
Chad
doing
is
here,
saying
and
Uber.
The Uber thing's just a long running joke. So here's the.
Is it, or did you tap out on a bracket?
No, I paid
challenge?
off on the punishment, Tyler.
it took him a couple years.
Yeah, I paid off the punishment to get out of it.
What did you end up doing?
Remember, he ran. I had to do a 10-minute sub mile
around the Jocks building.
Yeah,
that wasn't a mile.
Well, that 100% it was. It was measured, Jim. You don't trust measurements?
I think Uber's better content.
Yeah.
Oh, Uber would have been great.
Yeah,
well, that was before we had video. That was the problem.
Okay.
We were on radio.
I'm willing to go back to the Uber if you guys are.
What was it? Loser has to do 5 Ubers. How tough is it to get approved as an Uber driver?
Apparently, some of the ones
you can
I've
do it in a day.
All right, but
I've ridden in. It ain't difficult.
Let's talk these out though.
Okay.
Again, part of it is we've got to be able to get the video content. Does there have to be a waiver sign, like when somebody books an Uber? Like for us to publish the video content. I see it sometimes on YouTube, but it's only, or on TikTok. It's only when the Uber rider is awful.
We could blur their face or get them to sign a release.
Yeah.
And then,
we
just
could
keep going until you get enough footage.
We could have our attorneys come up with a release that would be simple. Like, I'm not worried about getting released from Uber as a driver.
Oh no, we're going to get
I
released.
think
I'm only
that's
going to
the
do it 5
goal.
times. Yeah.
But as far as whoever jumped in, you would, and I think that would probably be a 50-50 split on people that would allow their content.
Yeah. So one of the back room is riding with us as we do these Ubers. You probably do 5 in a night easily, right?
Oh yeah, you just go to
more
Lakeview
than
and
that,
hang out.
Yeah. We're gonna need more than that just to actually get good content out of it.
Well, I ain't gonna do more than 5. 5's all I got to do.
I think it almost should have to be 10.
Where did 5 come
10
into
over
play?
a week.
That was the agreement.
I think 10 over a week would be good.
Yeah, that's
Is that fair? Because I think you can mix in. You guys could cut up the 10 that we get legitimate content from.
And I think for extra fun, we should make you the worst Uber driver.
Well, see there.
So,
there's
a little bit of the liquid fart spray, something like that.
The chat has strong comments about this. Nobody's got stronger comments about the punishments in the back room. I've always noticed that the ones that don't have to pay them off, they've always got
we're the ones that stare at the content frame by frame. We want it to
make
be good.
it tougher or worse.
No, but
or
I think Uber is better than the one that we came up with on Friday. I do.
agree.
Yeah.
Let's just keep this discussion going. And we'll skip trash today, or do we have a lot of great trash stories?
We can bring it back tomorrow.
Okay.
It's not dated.
Okay, tell me about our friends at Hoover Toyota, and then we'll keep this
I'll tell you,
conversation
if
going.
I'm an Uber driver, you're going to be getting in a Land Cruiser. That's my Uber vehicle of
what
choice.
If that first person?
See,
I could be an XL. Can I be an XL?
Yeah, you could be an Uber X or an Uber XL with that.
See,
for sure.
I think it needs to be. Also, it needs to be, I think, 11 to 1 a.m. It can't be middle of the day, late afternoon.
No, it's going to have to be.
I want the best content.
It needs to be done at Lakeview.
I'm night owling it for sure. But look, Hoover Toyota, new Toyota used car dealer serving Birmingham, Alabaster, Vestavia, new used car financing, auto service, genuine Toyota parts. They've been perfecting the art of customer service for over 20 years. Get in, see Scott, Harold, Kim, fantastic people. My daughter got her car back in 2024, got mine just a couple of months ago. You are going to love their inventory and great pricing. They offer that red carpet program. They give you ways to let your friends and family experience that amazing shopping experience with that referral program. Stop and see them, Highway 150, or to view the inventory and great pricing online, hoovertoyota.com.
So the Uber one I have no problem with if that's what everyone thinks is the best one. The other one we didn't do a few years ago. I think it was the year I had to do the threes. That was a different punishment, right, for somebody else.
Yeah,
right?
that was everybody had their individual punishments.
Mine was weak. Remember they wanted to send me to Alabama, Auburn 8A.
Yeah, you had to stay to 3 8A games. You had to stay start to finish.
Yeah, that would have been. But for you, that would have been miserable.
For you don't even stay at good games start to finish.
Yeah.
Spring games.
And I think this one was yours, right? The embarrassing calendar.
Yeah, the calendar shoot, and that actually got mentioned in the chat just a moment ago. You guys should do a calendar shoot. So our thought on this one was, now people don't really use calendars that much anymore, so we'll pivot on that.
Or we could print the order. We could put them on the store if we get enough orders.
Yeah, we'd have to look into
cover
that.
the cost.
Nobody's gonna buy that.
If we did a donation to charity, like all proceeds go to charity.
Y'all thought nobody would buy this green shirt?
Well, I mean, the difficulty with the calendar, the only thing I would say, I don't mind it. It is embarrassing. The difficulty is the production of the calendar.
Well,
now, we
that's
might
what
have
we
somebody
gotta
that
figure out.
jumps straight out and says, hey, man, I can produce it.
Yeah, as a print shop, I'll do this. You guys just give me a few mentions, donation to charity. I appreciate it. I don't know how expensive it is to print a calendar. But the idea would be each month obviously has a theme. What we would do is let you guys vote on the theme. This is how we would include the audience. You guys vote on the theme.
And to me, second and third place. So there's only one person that gets spared for this.
That's right.
The other two, the non-winners, alternate months. One's January, the other one's February. One's March, the other one's April.
So whoever's got February might be the New Year's baby. I have to pose the New Year's baby. Whoever's got February. January, I'm sorry. Whoever's got February would be Cupid.
Yeah.
Whoever's got March would be something. April, something. July, you got the bomb pop, in a bikini or something like that.
Let's just go ahead and say, for instance, if it's me and you, we share January and December. January, one of us is the New Year's baby and the other one's holding the New Year's baby. One of us, maybe me, dresses up as the old year. I'll be 2026. You'll be 2027 as a baby.
Father time.
I like the Uber a lot better, and I think it should be the two losers. So I'm putting myself even out there more because I think what we do, if we did the Uber, let's say somebody does May, somebody does June.
So, okay. Or do the two losers do the Uber together so we get the content? Like I got to do 5 rides, Dunaway does 5 rides, and we do them together, and people don't know why they're getting 2 Uber drivers or 2 people. It's an odd couple type deal. I'm just throwing this out.
Yeah.
I like the awkwardness of one of you with a stranger just sitting there.
But 2 people are going to be there anyway because somebody's got to get the content.
Well,
that's my point.
We could do, taxi cab confessions. There's a way to do it.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said we could ask them ridiculous question and make it like a cash cab.
Yeah, we have $20 on the line. If you get this question right, We give you $20.
I'm fine with that. And some TNR gear. We'll just give them TNR shirt. I mean, maybe build
Of
the
the green
audience.
ones?
Of
We'll
the
give
green
them the green
ones.
ones?
Apparently the green ones.
I mean,
There's
I know you're for it, but the rest of the back room, because you guys are very, very critical when it comes to this.
Personally, I think the calendar's a lot funnier.
So here was the idea on the calendar. So I was going to all.
I think it's going to end up being really hokey.
I was going to tell you the.
It's definitely going to be hokey.
I was going to tell you the alteration of it is, since people don't necessarily buy calendars, at the first of each month, Brooks would send out, welcome to July on our social media, and it's all of our social media, Instagram, Twitter. It's got that embarrassing picture of me holding a hot dog and a bomb pop, was what Dunaway brought up earlier, in a bikini or whatever.
And I
it is.
pictured you eating the the rocket popsicle, red, white, and blue, with it drizzling down your chin.
I mean, that's something that is
That's
immortalized, but at the same time,
I just want to point out, you guys up there are laughing more thinking about the calendar than the Uber.
No, the Uber's
I
got a
was
ton
gonna
of potential.
The Uber, the content somebody throws up in it. I mean, those are interactions that we would have forever.
What if we do both? We can choose. Our second place can choose the punishment, Uber or calendar, and then the first place has to take the one that's left over.
No, third place.
Third place. Yeah, biggest loser. Are you happy with that?
That's fine. Again, the only question is who is going to produce this glossy calendar that seems like nobody does it anymore. Seems like a pain in the ass.
Worst case scenario. We just take the photos and Brooks sends them out at the first of each month. Welcome to July on the next round. Here's Brown dressed in a bikini. I don't know why I keep going July and putting me in a bikini.
See, I don't think the production of the calendar is going to be that big of a problem.
Yeah, I don't think it will at all.
Well,
says the two guys that'll be doing most of the production of the calendar.
Yeah. I mean, are you guys going to put it together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we 100%
No.
can put it together.
The production's not the issue. The printing. I don't know who prints
that's
calendars.
what I was talking
We're
about.
talking
I'm
about
more
the
worried about
printing.
the props.
You can print right out of Canva.
Yeah, you can print with the same same thing.
I was
going to
say that, Brooks.
All of
We can print right out of Canva.
I mean, that's what we make all of our
graphics
graphics in anyways. We can just print right out of Canva.
Big Canva guy.
So we're going to staple them together and send them out? Is that what we're doing?
No. They have like a print shop and like.
Oh, they send them to you done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a professional camera. I've taken photos of you guys on the road.
Okay, let's go with that then. Second place gets to pick either Uber or calendar, and then third place is stuck with whatever they get.
Now, no, let's don't do that yet. I was going to say, do we announce this is the last one we're ever doing because we're out of ideas?
I think this should be the last one unless something incredible comes up.
Wow, it's a sad moment.
Well, it is a sad moment, but think about how long we've done this.
Yeah.
We have done 15 of these, 16.
While we're here,
we started with the death of Jim, and we're closing with the death of the bracket punishment.
Yeah. I mean, while we're here, should we?
You guys want to kick my dog too?
Should we do a 40 for 40 this year, or is that jump the shark?
No, I'm just saying. We are I think we've shown we are so out of ideas.
How
on
about this though?
Should we
How
start
about,
our new show?
Hey,
That's what I said. The last round yesterday is
critical
what Brown.
fuckers in the back. Why don't we put them on the hook?
Yeah, y'all are never on the hook.
So
for
like
this.
one of us has got to, second place.
What do you think would if we did the Uber thing and one of us was having to ride
That's
around
true.
with you
That's true.
at midnight or whatever?
And
You don't think
edit.
that's being on the
no,
hook?
but I thought we were going to set it up taxi cab confession.
Yeah, like the
because it
bullet
is
camera.
better one-on-one. Like if you have a second in there, it seems like too much.
And also less chance of somebody getting in. I don't know about y'all,
Yeah.
but if I was coming home
With
from the
two
bars
dudes?
and then two dudes and a camera in the
Yeah,
car,
yeah.
I'm waiting for the next
So
round.
go like Scott, GoPro in the car. Can we pull that off? You think?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, there are some logistical challenges with what you guys are suggesting.
I
with the,
get
the
it, but
Uber.
if they were able to, and I know it's HBO, but it was in the 90s, 30 years ago, if they're able to have
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Okay, would you guys be willing to be part of our bracket challenge?
If we're doing the Uber thing, we're part of it anyway. Who's putting this shit together?
Well, I got a cuss word from Forrester.
I get that, but
Who's
what I'm
are you saying that we're supposed to be filming it? Is that what you're asking?
No,
No,
he's
he
saying
wants
get
to-
one of the punishments.
Like random draw, Brooks. You pull my name out of the hat. Now you're paired with me. If I lose, you got to do the same punishment as I do. If LT
that's a
loses,
fair way to do it.
is with Tyler and
Okay,
Forrester
that's
and-
fair because if I had to pick my own bracket against y'all, then that's not going to go
Oh
well.
man, women in the workplace
Yeah.
that are the secretaries
Thanks,
that
Brown.
don't even watch games. You didn't
the
let me
guy
finish
that
the
used to sit in
sentence.
your chair that didn't watch.
Yeah, they win these all the time.
Beat us all the time.
Yeah, it's hard to be more random than the NCAA tournament. I mean, if you know how numbers work, you pretty much can pick a bracket that's going to win.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, my wife has beaten me multiple times. My wife, she won't watch a college basketball game all year.
Okay, so that's going to mean four of the six
brackets
are going to be on the hook then, right? If we're teaming up.
I mean, I'm down with that. Are y'all down with that, Scott and Brooks?
It's up to Forrester because he seems to be in a grumpy mood.
I'm not going to be in a calendar.
It's Jim's last day, Scott.
You see that? I'm not going to be in a calendar.
Somebody
I want us to.
No, I don't care.
Right, because I think that one could be more embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll be in a calendar. That doesn't bother me.
I mean,
I'm less inclined. I'm less inclined to do the Uber thing. I don't know. I have 2 small children at home.
Dunaway, are you going to go Tiger on the calendar?
I don't know if I'm going to go calendar or Uber. I'm anxious about both of those. I don't want to do either one.
I do think it's 2 good punishments, and I think I'm fine with it just being the 3 of us.
Now, Oregon Trail, I had Texas A&M winning the whole thing.
You wanted to do it. Yeah. I think it's 2 good punishments, and
I don't want to do either punishment.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to doing a calendar shoot.
I would be happy that we just pulled it, that we get this one, we get it done right. You know,
we get it done right.
We finish it.
We finish strong.
Yeah, before football season starts, we get it done, and we knock it out of the park. That'd be good.
All right, well, I say we go with that. I say loser number 2 gets to choose between Uber for a night, or whatever we determine the Uber length of time is, or the calendar shoot, and the other one has to do the one that's left over. And
how are we pairing these guys in the back?
I say we leave them out of it.
I think it's better with the 3 of us. One of them's got to go.
Or maybe they can do that hot dog challenge, you guys.
Yeah, y'all like that
y'all
one.
love that.
Oh, it's impossible to eat that many hot dogs. It can't be done.
I agree.
down to do that.
But you guys wanted to do it, though. How about we do that for you guys? And that'll be fun during a show.
That's right.
I'll get the hot dogs up there for you guys.
Is this just hot dogs, or are we doing the, what was it?
It's 9 beers, 9 hot dogs at a show.
I could eat 9 hot dogs, no problem. It's the beers. I couldn't do 9 beers.
Depends on the beer. I could.
It's Bud Light.
Oh, it's going to be Bud Light.
Yeah. All right.
It's going to go down easy.
Bud Light's easy.
Yeah, we do ultra.
It literally
or Bud
says
Light.
easy to drink right there.
Can we
Easy to
do
drink.
this after hours? I'm not a big day drinker, so.
Well, don't lose. That's what everybody always tells me. Well, don't lose.
Can we get Brooks's wife on the phone? Apparently.
Yeah.
No,
I
have a set amount of things I like to do during the day. So, like, if I want to work out, that ruins that day.
Well, not if you get your ass up early and work out.
Don't lose. That's what everybody always tells me when I say I don't want to do the punishment.
Load
Don't
up
lose.
on carbs, you know?
Yeah.
It'll be good energy for you.
Okay, so loser of the 3 of you guys is going to do the 9 and 9, and 2 of our 3 are going to do
We'll just do it on a
Uber
Friday then.
and calendar.
I mean, how about the fact we came in with no punishments and we ended up with 3?
Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
But it's the last time ever.
What a workshop.
Sorry, 2027.
We're going out
Unless
strong,
there's an
though.
incredible idea that we've never heard
An
of.
incredible idea. We'll bring it back. But as of now, this is us going out as strong as we can go out.
Yeah,
with
how
it.
about you got to go on a Disney cruise by yourself?
Yeah.
Think you'd be on a watch list?
Sir, you don't have
That would
anybody
be
with you?
miserable, by the
Yes,
way.
it would be.
Lance, would you rather do a Disney cruise or a gay cruise by yourself?
Kalshi, $1 billion. Perfect bracket challenge. You can jump in right now. Promo code TNR. The rules are right there. It's been on the show all day long. We'll continue that probably tomorrow, all the way up until the tip. Go jump in, man. Use the code TNR and go see if you can win yourself $1 billion, and then go change the world. Be good, be generous, and go change the world with Kalshi. All right there with the code TNR. Go see how good you are and make that happen. All right. If that was my last show ever, it was a good one. I'm glad to be a part of it. We'll be back with you tomorrow. These guys are at 9 a.m. Central. Until next time, God bless you. God bless America.